The Legacy Sports Network presents Greater Houston Area High School Football. Tonight's game is brought to you by Texan Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram GMC Buick. We hear you. Also brought to you by Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom. By Hotze Health and Wellness Center, transforming lives naturally. Challenge Office Products, answering your call for dependable service since 1988. Quick Assist, we sell your tickets fast and at the best price. Bonfire Wings, uniquely Cajun. Mr. Electric, we've got the power to make things better. And by the law offices of James Barnett and Associates, supporting high school athletics. Now, let's go to the stadium.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Robert Benson Stadium on the campus of Central Catholic High School in San Antonio, Texas, where tonight it is your St. Thomas Eagles and the Central Catholic Buttons. Coming into the game, St. Thomas is 3-1 on the season with a 1-0 district mark following a 35-6 win over St. Pius last Friday night. Central Catholic is 2-2 on the season. They are also 1-0 district with a win at Austin Savio last week of 53-21. They have just concluded the coin toss. St. Thomas won and elected to defer. Central Catholic will receive, and they will defend the north end zone. Paul Daly and Jeff Kemps are here for the Legacy Sports Network. And folks, we are privileged to bring you high school football, and we are getting ready for a rare, really good game between the St. Thomas Eagles and the Central Catholic Buttons. Jeff Kemps joins me now as we set the scene. Jeff, this is week 2 in a district season where both teams are 1-0, and whichever team is able to get out of here with a win tonight in San Antonio is going to be still controlling their own destiny when it comes to the district championships.
Paul, it's great to be here this evening with you here at the Benson Stadium here in San Antonio, Texas. It looks like an exciting game with the Central Catholic Buttons being 2-2 and the St. Thomas Eagles 3-1 and a district game as well. Definitely going to see some explosive game. Really looking forward to see who's going to be able to control the game clock here. Both teams have a great running game, and looking forward to seeing who can come out on top this evening. Yeah,
it should be really interesting. Both these offenses have had periods of lots of success. They've also had some periods of struggles. But when you look at the offenses, Central Catholic, in their games this season, they have scored some points, 119 points in their 4 games. St. Thomas just 95. However, the Eagles have only given up 55 points in their 4 games, while Central Catholic has given up 94. These two teams have a very long and storied tradition going back years and years and years, all the way back to the Texas Christian Interscholastic League days of the 20th century. St. Thomas, in fact, won a couple of state titles against Central Catholic in football in both 1985 and 1989, while Central Catholic has won the only TAP state championship between the two schools. Back in 2001, they defeated St. Thomas in the state final 38-28. Neither team has won a state title for Central Catholic since 2001. For St. Thomas, 1996. The Eagles made the state final last year. It was the first time they'd made it since 2001. So both these teams have had success in their history, and they have had success in a lot more recent history. St. Thomas just 2 years ago, 12-1 in the state final. Central Catholic back in 2021, so 4 years ago, was a 10-3 on the season and went all the way to the state semifinals. Those are the best 2 teams from each of those schools in the last 5 years. The Eagles have won 4 of the last 5, with Central Catholic's lone win coming in that 2021 season by a 35-21 mark. Since then, St. Thomas won 35-18 in 22, 49-20 in 23, and 48-23 at Granger Stadium last year. The Eagles are getting ready to run through their Eagle Fight Never Dies banner on the southwest corner of the end zone. It says Central in blue with white letters On the north end zone, it says Catholic with blue and white letters as well. The Central Catholic buttons are going to run through their tunnel with the snakehead on the southeast corner of the end zone in just a minute. Fans are coming into the game. The band is here for both schools. The cheerleaders are on the field for the Eagles and the flag corps. St. Thomas still standing behind their banner, getting ready to run through in just a couple of moments. Now Central Catholic, their team is now coming out of the locker room off to my left. St. Thomas has run through the banner, and they're running down the far side of the field in front of their parents, fans, and coaching staff, and the band. Now the buttons coming out. St. Thomas going to be in the all-road white jerseys with red numbers, white trousers, white helmets with red Eagles wings. Central Catholic, navy blue jerseys, navy blue trousers, white numbers and letters, and they have white helmets with blue trim as well, and they're getting ready to run through the tunnel with the snakehead. The Central Catholic buttons, their mascot is a snake. So there you go. And we are getting ready for the start of this ball game. We've got about 10 minutes left before we go to the kickoff. So we are going to take our first time out as Central Catholic is getting ready to burst through their tunnel, and their flag corps coming through as well with a couple of CCs and a couple of flags, one that has a snake on it, the Rattler, and one that has a state of Texas on it with CC right where San Antonio is. It's a beautiful day, a little bit of sun in our face. We are actually on the east side of the stadium, so the sun is setting to the west, and we're going to have sun in our faces for about the first 15 minutes of the game, but we're going to make the best of it. When we come back, we are going to have the start of this ball game in just a couple of moments. You are listening to St. Thomas Eagles football on the Legacy Sports Network.
Alice offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you fed up with your doctor giving you drugs simply to mask your symptoms rather than treating the cause? As you age, I believe you should be brimming with energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center treats individuals from all over the country and world in an environment of extraordinary hospitality. We specialize in the treatment of allergies, yeast, replenishing natural hormones, vitamin and mineral supplementation, and a healthy eating lifestyle, all of which boost your immune system, increase your energy level, and your health span. If you'd like to obtain and maintain health and wellness naturally without pharmaceutical drugs, then contact one of our wellness consultants today at 281-698-8698 or visit HotzeHWC.com and request a free copy of my best-selling book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness.
There are only two names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those two names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results, #WantToMove, congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric, show you the light. Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
You've got tickets to the game, but something comes up. Maybe the boss sends you on the road, the kids have practice, or you just can't make the drive. That's where Quick Assist steps in. With one tap, your seats hit every major ticket marketplace at once. No more juggling apps, no more wasted time. Quick Assist, it takes the hassle out of resale and puts cash in your pocket. Pro or college sports, it's all covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on the LSN website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
It took a lot of sacrifice to be able to own my own home, and I'm going to keep working hard to maintain it, like, fixing the roof and updating the AC, because my dream is to someday pass this house down to my kids.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
And you heard the waning seconds of the Central Catholic Button Marching Band perform the national anthem. A little bit off to our left. And we are ready for the start of this ball game. St. Thomas and Central Catholic. Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here on the Legacy Sports Network. We'll take a quick look at the district standings. We have an odd number of teams in the district this year, with San Antonio TMI Episcopal deciding to leave TAPS and join the Southwest Preparatory Conference. So we have St. Thomas at 3-1 and 1-0, Central Catholic at 2-2 and 1-0, Austin St. Michael's with a victory over Antonian, 47-42, to go to 3-2 on the season, and they are 1-0 in district play. Tomball Concordia Lutheran has yet to play a district game. They will get their first district action tonight. They are 3-1 and 0-0. St. Pius now 3-2 with an 0-1 district mark after the loss to St. Thomas. Antonian 2-2 with a 0-1 mark after the loss to St. Mike's, 47-42. And then Austin Savio bringing up the rear. They're 0-5, 0-1. A real young program for Malcolm Brown, the former University of Texas defensive tackle and first-round draft pick, who's in his second year at Austin Savio, trying to establish a program there. But that's a quick look at the district standings. Again, St. Thomas and Central Catholic tonight, the only matchup of two undefeated teams in district play. These two teams, again, a very rich sports history, playing each other not only on the football gridiron, but also over the years in basketball frequently and in baseball. In baseball, Central Catholic state champions the last 2 years. They defeated St. Thomas in the second round of the playoffs last year, the area round, in a best out of 3 series. Central Catholic won game 1 3-2. St. Thomas won game 2 6-2, and then Central Catholic won the final game 1-0. St. Thomas will be kicking off, and they will be defending the south end zone. They're going from left to right here in the first quarter. Central Catholic right to left in their navy blue. Kicking off will be Michael Taylor for the Eagles. And the quick look for the returners for Central Catholic.
Number 7, Camilo Campos.
Camilo Campos Reyes, and also number 14, Jason Sapp, a sophomore. Yeah, Campos Reyes is interesting on the high end over in kick by Taylor that's going to be caught on the H by Sapp in Catholic, and he just goes straight to a knee. It was about 5 yards deep. So 65-yard kickoff in the air. Michael Taylor, 4th year as the kicker for St. Thomas, and he has a real chance to kick somewhere on the next level.
25-yard line to start off the ball game.
So the Buttons are going to start off. We're going to get to their offense in just a minute. They're led by quarterback junior Tristan Soto, the running back at Joseph Carrion, the wide receivers Campos Reyes, Sapp, Antonio Guevara, and Matthew McClennan. We'll get the linemen right after this play. 5-man offensive line, wing back to the right, 2 wide receivers to the right. Now 1 man goes in motion. Handoff up the middle, and that is going absolutely nowhere. Obina Ume, the defensive end for St. Thomas, crashes down and tackles Joseph Carrion for a loss of 2 to bring up 2nd and 12. The offensive line for the Buttons, Josh Conroy, Lorenzo Ortiz, Baltazar Rodriguez, David Ramirez, and Tomas Irvin, 3 seniors and 2 juniors. Shotgun for Soto, Carrion behind him. They're going to option right. Getting to the corner and not getting much more is going to be the running back Carrion, and making the nice tackle to force him out of bounds is linebacker Liam McCarthy. For St. Thomas, their front 7 is going to be Obina Ume and Rylan Kempson. On the ends, the nose tackle is going to be Kyron McQueen Clayton. The linebackers are going to be Liam McCarthy, Jacob Quinlan, Max Moore, and also it is going to be Jackson Saunders. Deep pass down the right side, battling for it, incomplete up near the 40, and good coverage that time by Logan DeBose, who was all over Antonio Guevara, and he knocks it away. The other cornerback is Cohen Alexander, and the safeties are Hudson Lloyd and also it is going to be Hudson Lloyd and Jackson Saunders.
That's a great first drive there by the St. Thomas Eagles, stopping the drive here. They actually lost 4 yards on that play, on that drive. So 4th down here for the Central Catholic Buttons punting here.
Carlo Toboada is the punter. Actually, the other safety for St. Thomas, mentioned earlier, that's going to be Price Cravens is the other safety, and Hudson Lloyd. Here's a penalty flag. Again, a loss of 2 on the first play, loss of 1 on the third, so it's 4th down and 13 after an incomplete pass. Soto has a really good arm, though. So that's a 5-yard penalty against the Buttons, so that's going to make it 4th and 18 all the way back on a delay of game at the 16. Standing up near midfield for St. Thomas is going to be Alex Granger and Webb Lewis. Punt going back, and they tip the ball, and it is going to be a short punt that's going to bounce right around the original line of scrimmage and then fall forward to about the 29-30 yard line, and the Eagles are going to have fantastic field position to start this game. Obina Ume got his hand on that punt. Again, if you hear us call Obina Ume's name a lot tonight, there's a reason for that. He's going to Duke next year. He's 6'4", about 235, a phenomenal athlete, a terrific student, and he is going to be playing at the next level. All right, Eagles on offense. Shotgun for Jacobson. Hands it off to Waldron up the middle. He gets past the 25 and fights down to about the 21-yard line. So Waldron's going to pick up about 7 yards on first down to make it 2nd and 3. Quickly, the St. Thomas offense. Jacobson is at quarterback. The running backs are Miles Stewart and Javon Waldron. The wide receivers, Jay Marcantel and Nate Tidwell. The tight end is R.J. Wilson. The offensive linemen, James Santana, Tyler Watson, Dominic Deambra, Italo Mendez, and Alexander Pompalous. Looking left, throwing left, and overthrowing his intended receiver, Wilson, out in the flat at about the 15-yard line, and that's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. They are at the 22. They need the 19 for a first down. 21 and a half, really, so it's 3rd and a short 3.
Pass was just a little bit out of the reach there for the wide receiver to catch that ball.
All right. They have Tidwell wide right, Marcantel wide left, wing back left, tight end Wilson to the right. Handoff. No, keeping it is going to be Jacobson around the right side, fakes it to Waldron, gets inside the 20, down to the 15, and they're going to say he's down at the 12-yard line. So Pierce Jacobson on the carry, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Eagles officially at the 13.
That's a good play by the quarterback there, faking handoff to Waldron. Jacobson can run. He's rushed for 80 yards on the season with 2 touchdowns already.
Jacobson has faked me out a few times, and he did it right there for a second before I saw him with the ball. Now they have a man in motion. That is Wilson. Handoff, Waldron up the middle, breaks out to the right. He's at the 10, cuts back at the 5, and he's at the goal line, and he's in the end zone. He bullies over a couple of tacklers into the right corner of the end zone. Javon Waldron, touchdown from 11 yards out.
Waldron, nice play. Went over the right guard, cut back over to the sideline, then did a couple more cuts, used a couple straight arms, just powered his way into the end zone, and scores his second rushing touchdown of the season here today.
Actually, now that is his fourth touchdown overall. Third on the ground, one through the air. Snap. The hold is down by the holder. That's Will King, and Michael Taylor splits the uprights on the south side of the stadium. And our score, with 9:40 remaining in the first quarter, St. Thomas 7 and Central Catholic 0 on the Legacy Sports Network.
Ready to ring in the new year with a bang? Top Dog Fireworks is your place with a massive selection of amazing, high-flying, colorful, professional-looking fireworks. Top Dog Fireworks offers great buy one, get one free deals on select fireworks from multiple categories. Can't decide on exactly what you want? Their staff can help you set up the most unforgettable fireworks show. Visit TopDogFireworks.com to find directions to a location near you. And the best selection in Houston, Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom.
And St. Thomas will be kicking off after that opening touchdown. Javon Waldron, 11 yards out around the right tackle. Made some nice moves, carried the last tackler about 2 yards into the end zone there in the right corner. Michael Taylor kicking off from the 40. Again, back deep is going to be Camilo Campos-Reyes and Jason Sapp. High end-over-end kick. Campos-Reyes going to take it at the goal line, run straight up the middle of the field, and he has a big hole. He's at the 25, gets past the kicker, going down the left sideline at the 50, the 40, and he is going to be tackled from behind at the 31-yard line by Will King, and he saves a touchdown.
Boy, what a great run there by the kick returner there. Just went straight up the middle, then went over by the numbers, just took off running, and boy, you can see his speed. He only had one man to outrun, but Will King was able to tackle him from behind.
Yeah, Campos-Reyes had a real nice return right there for the Buttons. They're going to mark him officially at the 30, so that's an official 70-yard return. St. Thomas gave up a 105-yard kickoff return for a touchdown against Lake Creek. They've struggled on the special teams area. Handoff straight up the middle going to Carry On, and he is met in the hole for no gain. Obina Ume in on that tackle, along with reserve linebacker Vontrell Benton and also Ryland Kempson, No gain, 2nd and 10. Shotgun Soto, Carry On to his right, taking the snap, rolling right, looking right, throwing right at the sideline, caught. Is it out of bounds up on the right sideline? It was caught, but he was out of bounds. It would have been a first down inside the 20, down to about the 17, but it's going to be incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 10 at the 30.
This is my first looking at Ume, who's had 30 tackles on the season, 9 solo before today's game, 21 assisted tackles, and 4.5 sacks. This guy is a stud at 6'4", 220 out there on the line.
Yep. 16 tackles total against Lake Creek. He was a man amongst boys that night. Shotgun for Soto, looking right, throwing right to Carry On. Gets out of one tackler, doesn't get out of another, and he's going to be tackled at about the 26-yard line, and that's going to be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 4th and 6. Liam McCarthy, one of the tacklers in there for the Eagles.
And Liam McCarthy, another stud tackler, 33 tackles on the season, 6 foot 210. He's a stud out there.
No doubt about it. 4th down and 6, and the Buttons are going for it. Trips receivers to the left, one to the right. Shotgun for Soto. Takes the snap, looks right, throws right. He's hit as he throws, and it bounces harmlessly in front of his receiver out there on the right side. He was going to Campos-Reyes, and it was about 5 yards in front of him. No way he had a chance, and that's going to be incomplete, and it'll go over on downs. And there's an Eagle down on the field. That looks like that may be McCarthy. We're going to take a timeout while they tend to the injured player. You are listening to St. Thomas Eagle football on the Legacy Sports Network.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here on the Legacy Sports Network, and after a 70-yard kickoff return by Central Catholic to get them up at the St. Thomas 30, they were not able to get a first down, and St. Thomas held on downs, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles at their own 26-yard line. 8:25 remaining here, first quarter. Trips receivers to the right. St. Thomas going from left to right in the all-white. Low snap, pass out here to Tidwell, and he's going to hit the corner at the 30. There is a penalty flag down on the field, and he is now going to be stood up at about the 31-yard line. That may be a hold on one of the inside receivers of St. Thomas.
Definitely looked like a hold. It was a nice play, though, but too bad he couldn't get around the corner. But the holding call is going to stop this play and bring him back 10 more yards.
So it's going to could be a spot foul. 8:15 remaining, first quarter. St. Thomas 7, Central Catholic 0. The Eagles lead the Buttons by a touchdown. St. Thomas has the ball, but they are deep in their own territory at their own 18-yard line. So that's going to be a loss of about 8 because it was downfield holding. So it'll be 1st and 18 for St. Thomas. Trips receivers spread out to the left. Tidwell is here to the right side. They're on the right hash mark, going left to right. Jacobson on the pitch. Waldron now comes around the side up the 20, the 25, and that's actually junior Miles Stewart in for his first action of the game, and he's going to get it very close to the original line of scrimmage. They're going to say he got right to the 26, so that's going to be a gain of 8, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Miles Stewart, he averages 5.2 yards a carry when he carries the ball. Has had 193 yards rushing on the season. Boy, he got down low center of gravity trying to make it so guys couldn't tackle him. Great run there by Stewart.
Yeah, Miles Stewart there. Eric Fiegel now in the game to the slot left. 3 wide receivers. Rolling left is Jacobson. Looking, stepping up, throwing sidearmed, and then dropping it was the running back out of the backfield. Jacobson probably needed to make that decision a little bit quicker, and it's going to be 3rd and 10 for the Eagles at their own 26-yard line.
That was kind of a weird play. He was rolling out to his left side and just tried to drop it off to Stewart, but just didn't look right as he was trying to throw that ball. But It's okay. It was an incomplete pass. So.
Yep. So 3rd and 10, big play here for the Central Catholic Button defense. We'll try to go over their defensive starters in just a minute. They're running a 4-down lineman, 3 linebackers, and the corners and safeties are playing about 8 yards off the line of scrimmage. Jacobson shotgun, throws over the middle and dropped up at the 32-yard line, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver that time, R.J. Wilson, and it's going to be 4th down in a punting situation. The punter, Jay Marcantel, now coming out for St. Thomas.
It was a good play, but boy, if he looked over to the left, he had Stewart wide open in the flat, and he had open field to get maybe the first down for them, but instead it's going to be 4th down for the Eagles.
Jason Sapp and Camilo Campos Reyes back deep for the Buttons, standing about their own 35, 40-yard line. Good snap to Marcantel, no pressure, low line drive kick as it kind of goes off his foot badly and then bounces around, and then Central Catholic falls on it at around the 35-yard line. One of their upmen who was running down the field ended up actually falling on it, and that was Zach Meddy, their starting middle linebacker. So the Buttons get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 36.
Well, they got a good roll on that punt. Too bad the punter, he lost his footing there, just slipped a little bit and had a long line drive kick. Ball rolled nicely down to the 35-yard line here for the Catholic Buttons to start.
St. Thomas now bringing in a 4th defensive lineman coming into the Eagles, number 70, Evan Ingram, and they're going to a 3-linebacker set. Shotgun for Soto. Looks back, rolls up through the middle of the field, breaks it out to the 40, has some room, has the first down, and is going to be tackled up near the 47-yard line. So Tristan Soto with an 11-yard gain on first down, and it's the first down of the game for the Buttons.
That was a great tackle there by Hudson Boyd, who was able to stop him right there at the 47-yard line.
Trips receivers left, one wide right, going right to left. Shotgun Soto, looks left, now looks back right, throws down the sideline, and there is a penalty flag coming out at the 30-yard line. That may be pass interference. The intended receiver over there was Matthew McLennan.
Yeah, it looks like they hit Alexander there on pass interference.
Yep, could be, Cohen Alexander, number 2, who's covering McLennan. One-on-one. And that's going to be 15 yards and another Button first down. They are now into St. Thomas territory for the second time, and they're going to mark it all the way off down to the 38-yard line. So a gain of 15 on the penalty. Now a diamond formation to the left with 4 wide receivers. Tight end right. Now they're going to throw out to the left. McLennan, he breaks out of one tackler and is not going to break out of others. He's going to be tackled back behind the line of scrimmage at the 42-yard line. 3 different Eagles coming in to finish him off, including McQueen and also Benton, also coming in for St. Thomas, Jackson Saunders.
Vontrell Benton, he was the one that was able to read that play, was able to stop it, so he wasn't able to get any yardage, actually lost yardage on that play.
Yeah, all the way back to the 42, so it's a loss of 4. Trips receivers spread out wide to the right, 1 to the left. Shotgun for Soto with carry on to his right. St. Thomas, 4-man front. Stepping up, looking left, throwing left. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver down at the 15-yard line, battling it. Antonio Guevara was lighting it up against Logan DeBose, and they were fighting for it, and it went incomplete.
That's a good pass by Soto, just not able to get it. Good play there by number 7, Logan DeBose, able to break that up.
Couple of late substitutions for the Buttons. They're going to have 4 wides, 2 to either side. They are on the left hash going from right to left. 3rd down and 14. Shotgun for Soto with carry on behind him. Fakes it to carry on. Soto steps up, has some room to run, and he is going to slide down inside the 40 at the 38. 2 different Eagles were converging, Benton and Saunders. And Soto decided that discretion was the better part of valor there, and he slid.
With a pocket collapse quickly on him, but boy, did he just take off, put his foot down on the ground and just took off running and then slid down there to the 37-yard line.
Gain of 5, 4th down and 9. They're at the 37-yard line, and now shotgun. Soto steps up, throws down the left side, incomplete. Intended again for Antonio Guevara, and St. Thomas will turn the ball over on downs for the second time tonight. One of the Eagle defensive linemen jumped early, but I guess he was not lined up on the line of scrimmage, so his jumping did not get into the neutral zone. I was waiting for that flag to come out, and I never saw it.
Well, Uma, he got there in the backfield and made Soto have to throw that ball quicker than he wanted to. Soto's definitely got an arm. He's already thrown for 780 yards on the season. The kid's got a nice arm there, but unable to connect it.
Throws a very pretty ball, has nice arc, nice tight spirals. He has a very, very good arm. Central Catholic, 6 men up on the line of scrimmage. Handoff, Waldron up the middle, and he is going to be hit immediately and dropped for no gain.
Stopped by number 10, Mark Luna, who was able to stop him in the backfield there. Nice job there by Luna.
2nd and 10 Eagles. After the opening touchdown drive, they have yet to get another first down for St. Thomas. No gain, 2nd and 10. Waldron now split wide to the right. 2 wide receivers right, 3 to the left, empty backfield, 4-man defensive front line. Linebackers dropping back, and Jacobson runs up the middle. He's at the 40, the 45, and then going to dive forward head first all the way to midfield, and they're going to mark him about right at the 50-yard line. So here's Jacobson on the rush. He's going to pick up the first down.
Nice job there by Jacobson. They were rushing quickly there into the backfield, and he just took off running straight up the middle down to the 47-yard line of the Eagles.
Well, they're going to say his knee hit at the 48, but still it was enough for a first down. So 2 wide receivers split to the left, tight end to the right off the line of scrimmage. Fake it, now rolling left is going to be Jacobson. Steps up, throws deep down the left side and out of bounds. That was a broken play right there. Someone did not run the right spot.
Waldron was on his right side, and Jacobson was wanting to hand off on the left side, and then realized they were in the wrong spot, so he just decided to roll left and try to make something out of nothing.
2nd and 10 Eagles at their own 48.
Second down for the Eagles.
4:06 remaining here, first quarter. It is St. Thomas 7, Central Catholic 0 with the Eagles near midfield. Wells Granger now in the backfield for St. Thomas. Roll, throw out to the left, in and out of the hands of the tight end, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. Actually, check that. That is Eric Fiegel, who's now in the game at the slot receiver. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
That's a good pass there by Jacobson. Just went in and out of his hands and not able to contain it.
So now they got Granger in the backfield. Fiegel slot left. Going to see who else is over there on the left side. Also on the left side is going to be Luke Branting. Here on the right side, you got Tidwell and Wilson, and Central Catholic is blitzing. Deep throw over the middle of the field, and that is going to be caught by Tidwell inside the 20, and he's going to be tackled down near the 10-yard line. Nate Tidwell on the deep reception for St. Thomas.
Wow, they had an all-out blitz coming, and Jacobson just stood in the pocket, waiting. Gabriel Garza was almost ready to take him down, but he was able to complete the pass to Tidwell there, and they're down to the 11-yard line of the Buttons.
Wow, and there were 3 defensive backs running back there. All 3 of them were chasing Tidwell. Tidwell had to slow up just a little bit for the pass, but he made the reception and then ran for about another 8 yards. 1st and 10 Eagles at the Button 11. Shotgun for Jacobson with Granger behind him. Man in motion now is Fiegel. They're going to run option left. It is going to be Granger at the 10. A cut down at the 5, and he is going to dive forward and get right to the 5-yard line. So Granger picks up 6. And Granger now going to come out, and they're going to bring in Stewart. Fiegel also coming out.
At the 5-yard line.
And Jay Marcantel is back in for St. Thomas. Marcantel split wide left. Tidwell wide right. They're on the left hash. Shotgun for Jacobson with running backs to either side of him. Stewart to the left, Javon Waldron to the right. Jacobson going to keep it around the right side. He's going to walk it into the end zone from 6 yards out. Pierce Jacobson with the touchdown, and the Eagles now are up 2 scores, 13-0.
Another great play action there by Jacobson, looking to hand off to Waldron and then just taking it to the right side. They have to respect Waldron going up the middle, a main running back for the Eagles, but Jacobson able to just hold it and just run right into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah, the linebacking core followed both of the running backs, and then Jacobson just went around the right tackle and just walked it in. Bad snap goes through the hands of King, and falling on it is going to be Taylor. So the score is going to remain 13-0. The Eagles will have some things to work on those snaps. It went right through King's hands, so we're going to wait and see, but they did not execute there on the extra point. Our score with 2:43 remaining, St. Thomas 13, Central Catholic 0. We're in the first quarter on the Legacy Sports Network.
DeRoche Partners LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
Michael Taylor.
Campos Reyes and Sapp back deep for the Buttons. Michael Taylor setting the kickoff from the 40 on the left side hash mark, the far hash mark from where we're sitting here on the east side of the stadium. The right-footed senior kicks it off. High end-over-end kick that is going to literally go out of the back of the end zone right between the C and the A in Catholic on the green. So that literally from the 40 60, 70. That was like a 73-yard kickoff right there by Michael Taylor in the air.
That last drive there by the Eagles, 6 plays, 63 yards with a 5-yard touchdown there by Jacobson with the nice pass to Tidwell there to set them down to the 11-yard line. Great job there by the Eagles.
Yep. Shotgun for Tristan Soto, the junior quarterback. Joseph Carrion, his running back, is behind him. 3 wide receivers split out to the right with 1 to the left. Looking left, throwing left, deep down the sideline, and battling for it up near the 47-yard line, and not able to make the connection is Antonio Guevara, and again, Logan DeBose on the coverage, 2nd and 10.
If Antonio used 2 hands on that play, he probably would have collected it. He went with 1 hand, jumped in the air with his right hand. If he had used his other hand as well, he probably would have been able to bring that ball down.
He threw back shoulder, and DeBose was on the inside, so he did have a little bit of separation, but you're right, he needed another hand to really pull that in. 3 defensive linemen, 4 linebackers for St. Thomas. Shotgun, and rolling out of the right is going to be Soto. He is going to get strung out and then tackled for a loss back near the 21-yard line. Soto not able to beat the speed of St. Thomas. Benton and Ume, among others, were in there for St. Thomas.
Well, I tell you, the speed of the Eagle defensive line is stopping Soto to even get around the right tackle there. There's nowhere to go.
Now they're going to put Ume on the right side of the defense, and Kempson goes to the left side with McQueen still in the center. Ume, double team, throwing over the middle of the field and knocked away at the 42-yard line. Coming over the top was the safety that time for St. Thomas, Jackson Saunders, who knocked it away. The intended receiver that time, I believe, was Campos Reyes, and Saunders just came over the top and batted it away like it was a volleyball and you're throwing for the spike.
It was actually Jason Sapp who was in the air just a little bit too high for him. Boy, that could have been really bad if he had gotten hit hard there by the Eagles.
Yep, no doubt. 2:01 remaining here in the first quarter. St. Thomas 13, Central Catholic 0. And Central Catholic 4th down and 13, and they're punting from their own 22. Back deep, Webb Lewis and also Alex Granger.
Webb Lewis.
Snap, high, spiraling kick. Going to be fair caught by Webb Lewis, the other side of the 50 at about the 47-yard line. So junior return man Webb Lewis on the fair catch. A really very quality punt by Carlo Taboada. That was an excellent punt. Really high, lots of hang time.
With what we see in high school football with punting, that was a fantastic punt. That had a Ray Guy atmosphere punt right there. Nice high, sky high kick down to the 47-yard line for the Eagles to start.
We should point out there's a punter up for induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame who has Texas ties, Shane Leckler, who of course went to Texas A&M. Before that, I saw a high school football game he played in as a quarterback for East Bernard all the way back in 1994. Handoff straight up the middle. That is going to be Miles Stewart out past the 50, and then he's going to be pushed back down right there. So a gain of 3 for Miles Stewart right up the gut. And yeah, Shane Leckler could be the second ever punter in the Pro Football Hall of Fame in Canton, Ohio.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's showing your age, but that's
It
pretty
is
cool.
showing my
So,
age
nice.
that I saw him play a high school game in 1994, and then I also saw him play in the Bonfire game as the punter for A&M back in 1999 in their win against Texas.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Tight ends to either side. Handoff. No. Jacobson keeps it around right side. Big hole. He's into the secondary. Past the 40, the 35, and going to dive down to about the 32-yard line. Here's Jacobson for 18 yards on that carry. 1st and 10 Eagles.
That's the same play they just scored the touchdown on with Jacobson. They're faking handoff to Waldron, and then he's just holding it, going off to the right side around his right tackle, and get plenty of yardage to go. If Nate Tidwell had blocked a little bit more, he probably got a few more yards on that play. But what a great run.
Sophomore Tate Erb, number 65, has been in the game at that tackle position on the right side, and he's made some nice blocks. Handoff, Waldron faked it. Now the throw deep over the middle of the field, incomplete down near the goal line, and there was a penalty flag in the secondary. Nate Tidwell, the intended receiver. There may be some bumping there by Avon Houston, the starting cornerback for the Buttons. He has 2 interceptions on the season. He is their best defensive back. And in my opinion, he has a chance to play on Saturdays next year. He's a senior. He was there last year as a junior. It was a really good cornerback for the Buttons.
Ball was just a little bit out of the reach, but They're definitely going to call that on him.
There was a lot of holding and kind of grappling as they were going down the sidelines. So that's going to be, well, they're going to call defensive holding, 5-yard penalty and an automatic first down. Now they have Marcantel, wide left, Tidwell, slot left, pistol formation, handoff, Stewart up the middle, inside the 25, down to about the 24-yard line. May have been actually a loss of a yard, loss of half a yard, so a loss of on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and 10.5.
Great tackle there by Zach Mendel, the senior linebacker. 22 tackles on the season already. He was able to stop him in the backfield and actually lost yardage on that play.
Yep. Zach Meddy and his younger brother, Malin Meddy, also has 20 tackles. They are two very good linebackers for the Buttons. Tight end left. Fake it, roll, left, throw, left. Penalty flag caught inside the 5, down to about the 2. Excellent reception by Stewart, but we have a penalty back at the 20-yard line. Illegal man downfield on St. Thomas, and that's going to wipe out a big gain inside the 5 on the wheel route to Miles Stewart.
That was actually pretty impressive. Even though there's a penalty on this flag, Jacobson had players in his way. He threw a sidearm pass on the left side. That ball flew a long way from the near sideline to the far sideline, and they were able to catch it. That was, even though it's a penalty flag, that was a great throw by Jacobson.
Yeah, very good throw. So loss of 5 on the illegal man downfield, and it's going to be 2nd and 15. The game clock is running. We are under 10. We are at 5, and the play clock is at 10, so they do not have to run a play before the end of the quarter, and they will not. Our score after 1 quarter of play, St. Thomas 13, Central Catholic 0 on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain that makes everyday activities a challenge? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we offer regenerative joint therapy designed to help you tap into this ability and live pain-free. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698.
There are only 2 names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those 2 names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results. #WantToMove. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
St. Thomas, 2nd down and 15 at the Central Catholic Button 29-yard line. They are on the right hash. Shotgun for Jacobson. Running backs to either side. Wide receivers split. Tight end to the right. Now they bring a man in motion out to the left. Throw to the right. That is going to be Granger out of the backfield. Tries to break out a one-tackler. Dives forward to about the 25-yard line. That's going to be just shy. His knee went down at the 26, and that's going to be a gain of about 3. 3rd down.
That was Matthew Hernandez on the outside. 16 tackles on the season. 15 of them are solo, and there's another one he can add to his numbers.
If he doesn't get Granger, he's going down the sideline for at least another 6 or 7 yards.
Correct.
Yep. Trips receivers to the wide side left, including a couple of the big tight ends. They got Fiegel out there. They also got that's R.J. Wilson out there in the near slot. Shotgun for Jacobson, looking right, throwing right, and he overthrows his intended receiver, Tidwell, at the right sideline. He was open. It just sailed it a little bit high past the first down marker, and that's going to be 4th down and a kicking situation as Taylor is going to come out to try the field goal. The ball is going to be marked at the 25. So the holder, King, is going to be marking it down at the hash at about the 32. So this is a 42-yard field goal try by Michael Taylor, the senior, from the right hash. 8 men up on the line for the Buttons. With plenty of distance, and he splits the uprights. Michael Taylor from 42 yards out with 11:13 remaining in the first half and the Eagles have upped their lead to 16-0 on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
Come back out on the field.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here on the Legacy Sports Network, and it has been, other than a tremendous kickoff by Central Catholic, virtually all Eagles. 16-0, 3 scoring drives, 2 touchdowns and a field goal, and
I would say, though, after that last drive, the Central Catholic Buttons should be a little happy that they only give up a field goal on that play. They were able to stop them, not score another touchdown. So instead of it being 21-0, it's only 16-0. So little way to look for good news here.
Yep, Sapp and Reyes Campos there. It's going to be caught by Reyes going straight up the middle, and he is going to break out of one tackler, not out of the second. Doesn't even make it to the 20-yard line. He's going to be stood up around the 17. 3 or 4 different Eagles on that play. I think the guy I'm going to give credit to is Dayton Dix, number 35, although there were others in there as well. Good job by the special teams there, and they're going to mark him down at the 17. 1st and 10 Buttons at their own 17-yard line. They're on the right hash going from left to right in the navy blue and white. Eagles, 3-man defensive front, 4 backers. And now a middle screen that's going to be caught, and then going straight up the middle there, the wide receiver screen. Going to get out past the 20 to about the 21-yard line. The catch was made that time by Reyes Campos.
Boy, I tell you, Uma, nobody was blocking him. He came in, and they threw that ball faster than he wanted to. They've got to get a guy on Uma on the right side there.
4 wides, 2 split to either side. Shotgun for Soto with Carry-On behind him. Handoff, Carry-On up the middle, and he doesn't gain much more than anything back to the line of scrimmage. Again, that is Evan Ingram and also Obina Ume going to combine for that tackle. So Evan Ingram, number 70, is in there giving McQueen a little bit of a blow at nose tackle, and he made a nice play right there. Third and long. I'll call it 3rd and 3. So I guess he got a few yards up there after that. Shotgun for Soto. Takes the snap, looks right, throws deep down the right side, and it is going to be up near the 50, and that may be caught. No. Yes, it is caught. Buttons on the reception that time. That is Guevara. And he caught it at the St. Thomas side of the 50 at the 49. 1st and 10, Buttons.
And that time he jumped in the air and caught it with 2 hands.
Wing back right, goes in motion to the left. 2 wide receivers to the right. Handoff. Big hole around the left tackle for the running back, Carry-On. Gets inside the 45 down to about the 40-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 41. So a gain of 8.
They're running hurry-up offense now, trying to wear him down a little bit.
Soto in the shotgun. 4 wides, 2 to either side. Handoff. That's going around the left side, has the first down inside the 40. Going to drive down to about the 38-yard line. Carry-On coming in to make the tackle that time is Jackson Saunders. Timeout called. 9:12 remaining first half. St. Thomas 16, Central Catholic 0, but the Buttons are moving the football.
For the first drive of this entire first half, this is the best drive we've seen so far for the Buttons.
They're going to set up with wing back right, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Handoff up the middle. Pretty good hole, and diving inside the 35 to about the 34 is going to be Carry-On, the running back, Joseph Carry-On, finding some room up the middle, a gain of 5.
Hurry up offense.
2nd and 5. Again, Carry-On going all the way to the right side. St. Thomas and spreading him out, and then there is a late penalty flag coming in. St. Thomas pushed him out of bounds, and they're going to say he ran a couple of yards out of bounds before making the push, and that's going to be 15 yards against the Eagles after a gain of about 1.
That was Jacob Quinlan who
Quinlan,
pushed him out of bounds.
Yeah, Quinlan pushed him out. That's a tough call. The official grabbed his flag, then hesitated, and then decided to throw it. So I don't know if he heard something or whatever, but 15-yard penalty, and they're going to go from about the 30 to about the 15. Well, they're going to mark it all the way. It was at the 35, so they're going to mark it down to the 19. Timeout on the field with 8:41 to go in the first half. We're going to take it with them. Our score, St. Thomas 16, Central Catholic 0, but the Buttons are driving. 1st and 10 at the Eagles 19 on the Legacy Sports Network.
What makes Longhorn steak so legendary? Some say it's our flavor-packed signature seasonings. Some say it's how we pair them with our juicy, tender steaks. And some just say, mmm. Hurry in tonight for Longhorn's legendary flavors. Our new limited-time blackened salmon with our smoky 18-ounce outlaw ribeye and our rich and savory Flo's filet. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here for the Legacy Sports Network. 8:41 remaining in the first half. Central Catholic 1st and 10 at the St. Thomas 19-yard line.
Carrion has been the main back here on this drive.
And St. Thomas now, 2 defensive tackles in the game. Ingram and McQueen, they're going to go with Kempson and Ume for a 4-man defensive front. Wing back right, 2 wide receivers short side right, 1 to the left. Looking left, throwing left. Oh, caught inside the 10, diving down to the 5. Excellent reception that time by Guevara. He just threw it up, and Guevara went up and came back and got it. 1st and goal at about the 3.
Eagles were looking for a pass interference by him.
Soto, handoff, carry on, up the middle. He is hitting the hole and then knocked backwards and loses his helmet. Ume and Benton in on the tackle.
Ume came right in there and just stopped carry on right there in the backfield for a loss on that play.
So carry on, after losing the helmet, has to come out for a moment. And the new running back is number 42, Riley Harry, a junior.
Carry on has carried the ball 4 times on this drive. This is going to be the 9th play of this drive.
Clock issues. 8:05 is what they have on it. They may need to put a couple of seconds back on. We're waiting on them. Regardless, they're now making some substitutions. Wow, they are now going to go under center with the quarterback being Matthew McLennan. The wide receiver is going to be under center. 5-man offensive line with 2 running backs right behind him. 3 wide receivers, 2 split wide right, 1 to the left. So McLennan lining up right under the center, barking out the signals. They now bring a man in motion. McLennan going to just take it on the quarterback sneak, and that is going to go absolutely nowhere. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he falls forward for a foot. They're going to be at the 5-yard line, so that's going to bring up 3rd and goal. And now Carry-On comes back into the game. We're going to see if McLennan is going to stay at the quarterback position. No. Soto is back in at quarterback.
They did the tush-push maneuver there from the 5-yard line, which was kind of a strange call.
McLennan split wide left. They got a couple guys coming in right now. Wide receivers split, wing backs to either side outside of the tackles. Shotgun for Soto. Now bring a man in motion. They're going to roll left. Soto, can he hit the corner? He is at the 5, inside the 5, and he's down to about the 4. And then he gets pushed back. Soto, wow, there's Ingram getting off the pile at the end. Also getting off the pile at the end. That's going to be Price Cravens and others. 4th down, and are they going to go for the kick or are they going to go for the touchdown? Looks like they're bringing in the kicking unit.
Ingram, who's the nose tackle on this Eagle team, boy, he's able to move laterally really well and was able to stop Soto there from even getting any yardage on that drive.
Carlo Taboada on to try the field goal from the 12. Good snap, good hold. The kick is up, and it's good. So a 22-yard field goal by Taboada, and the Buttons are on the board. Our score, St. Thomas 16, Central Catholic 3 with 6:50 remaining in the first half.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
To be a mentor, you don't have to have some special talent. That's why we're having some real-life mentors sing for us. Hit it, guys.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Thanks, that was awful. So remember, to mentor a child, you don't have to be perfect. Please stop.
All right, Central Catholic kicking off now from the 40. It's going to be a high end-over-end kick that's going to be taken at the 8-yard line, going up to the right side, getting out past the 20, the 25, the 30, and then fighting forward down to the 33-yard line. Nice return that time. St. Thomas on the return is Luke Garcia, but there is a penalty flag up near the 40 where Central Catholic was kicking off. So will St. Thomas take an additional 5? But that's a pretty solid return. He caught that right around the 5 and got up to the 33.
Yeah, the player that was offsides there on the kick is number 14, Jason Sapp. He just came across the line too fast before they kicked that ball. But nice tackle there by number 20, Michael Munoz there.
Yeah. So Luke Garcia with the return, but they're going to add 5 more yards onto that for the offsides call. So it's going to go from about the 33. Wow, they're going to 32. They're going to mark it 10 yards all the way up to the 42. So St. Thomas, good field position to start this drive with 6:45 remaining in the first half and a 13-point lead, 16-3. Jacobson in the shotgun, one running back behind him. That is Waldron. Handoff, Waldron up the middle, fighting forward, and he is going to be spun down after a gain of about 2. Salvador Romero on the tackle for Central Catholic right at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, Matthew Hernandez, again, defensive back who is right there as well, helping the tackle there to make it only a 2-yard gain.
Eagles now come to the line of scrimmage. Wide receivers split to either side. Shotgun Jacobson, tight ends to either side, so a 7-man offensive line for St. Thomas. 5 on the line for Central. Handoff, Waldron off the right tackle, dives forward past the 45 out to about the 47. So Waldron picked up about 4, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Salvador Romero was able to tackle him, the senior defensive lineman, 10 tackles on the season. But, you know, Waldron did a nice hop, skip, and jump and was able to avoid a few tacklers there to get themselves down to the 47-yard line.
Yeah, call it officially a gain of 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 5. They need the 48 of Central Catholic for a first down. 2 wingbacks to the left, tight end right. Shotgun formation for Jacobson. Now they have a man in motion. They're going to option left. Waldron, can he hit the sideline? He is going to hit the sideline, turn the corner, get the first down, and be bounced out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Javon Waldron gets a 1st and 10 for St. Thomas.
Nice job there by Waldron. In the backfield there, again, was Salvador Romero of the Buttons, and he was able to just get around the corner and keep on going, and Romero was not able to get him in the backfield there.
Officially down at the 45. 1st and 10 Eagles at the Central Catholic 45. Wide receivers, 2. Split, 1 wide left, tight end left. Wing back right, wide receiver right. Handoff up the middle, going off right tackle. Waldron, he's in the backfield. He is going down the right sideline, and he's going to take it to the house. Javon Waldron got into the defensive backfield, and he took it all the way to the house from 45 yards out.
Well, he went over the right tackle, missed a couple guys. I don't think he was ever touched. He just put his right foot down and just took off running. Number 4, Matthew Hernandez, was trying to catch up to him, but was not able to, and his breakaway speed there was impressive from the 45-yard line.
St. Thomas now, 4 rushing touchdowns last week, another 3 so far in the first half tonight. It's 22-3 with Taylor, and now they're going to try to do a 2-point conversion, running up the tush push up the middle, and that's going to score for 2 points. Did not see who had the ball, but St. Thomas, one of their ends came in. Miles Stewart was positioned on the right end of the offensive line. He ran behind the center, took the snap, and then just followed the blocking up between the center and the 2 guards.
So all you got to do is just keep following your blockers. You can push that ball in to make a 2-point conversion.
Yep, second 2-point conversion of the season for Stewart. He had one last week against St. Pius. So Stewart run, and it's now 24-3 Eagles, as they are up by 3 touchdowns on the Buttons with 5:12 remaining in the first half.
You've got tickets to the game, but something comes up. Maybe the boss sends you on the road, the kids have practice, or you just can't make the drive. That's where Quick Assist steps in. With one tap, your seats hit every major ticket marketplace at once. No more juggling apps, no more wasted time. Quick Assist, it takes the hassle out of resale and puts cash in your pocket. Pro or college sports, it's all covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on the LSN website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
5:12 left in the first half.
So St. Thomas set to kick off now with a 21-point lead, their largest of the game, following the 45-yard touchdown run by Javon Waldron and the 2-point conversion run by Miles Stewart. Michael Taylor, high end-over-end kick that is going to be caught on the C in Central, on the upper arm of the C, closer to the back of the end zone. Camilo Relos Campos made that catch, and the one thing about having a good kicker is it can overcome maybe some poor coverage on times, and Michael Taylor, with his kickoff skills, has really helped out the Eagles' special teams.
Michael Taylor has got a tremendous leg. I have not seen a kicker kick like that here so far in the high school 2025 Texas football season.
And you do 2 games a weekend, and this is week 5, week 6, week 6, week 5. No, week 6 because we had the bye. So you've done about 10, 12 games so far this year, and Taylor has about as good a leg probably as anybody. Big pass down the near sideline, tipped away by DeBose. Intended receiver that time was McLennan up at the St. Thomas side of the 50, right near the 45-yard line. A little bit of hand checking going on there.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't throw a penalty flag on that play. I was waiting for the flag. I was looking at both the officials, but nobody threw it. But then nice throw there by Soto. He kind of throws this moon ball like Russell Wilson throws, trying to make the receiver have an opportunity to catch the ball, but was not able to bring it in.
Yeah, he had to throw that off his back foot. Hudson Lloyd was behind him, so even if that had been a nice reception by McLennan, he was not going to score a touchdown. But that was a really strong throw. Shotgun for Soto, rolling to his right, under pressure, and he just throws it away. It literally hits the track in front of us where the cheerleaders are. Tremendous pressure that time by Ume. That's a quarterback hurry.
And Ume that time lined up on the left side. He's been on the right side all game, and that time he was on the left side, and the rolling left was Soto, and he just was right in his face, and Soto had nowhere to go but throw that ball away.
3rd down and 10 for the Buttons. Soto in the shotgun with carry on to his right. Now they bring a man in motion to the right. There's trips receivers to the right. Throwing back to the left, caught, and then going to be tackled for a loss. That's going to be carry on the reception, coming in from the linebacker spot to make the play. Excellent play that time by Dayton Dix. Dayton Dix. One-on-one.
Was that Dix or was that Alexander?
Yeah, I thought it was Alexander. It might have been Alexander. Could have been Dix. There was literally, by the end, there was 4 Eagles there, but I think it was Alexander.
They tried to do a good job by doing a misdirection by rolling right with all the defensive linemen coming down on them, but they threw back left, but great stop there by the Eagles.
Loss of 7 in a big punting situation for Tobata. Nice high punt. Going to be fair caught on the Central Catholic side of the 50 by Webb Lewis at the 47-yard line. So Webb Lewis on the fair catch there. And the Eagles, again, going to have fantastic field position.
Well, I tell you, the Eagles' defensive line is overpowering the Buttons' offensive line. Uma and Ingram, boy, they are just pressuring Soto in the backfield, and he's not able to take a moment to set his feet and get a good pass off.
Yep. Kempson and McQueen also have been in there, and you're right, the linebacking core, just everybody, the defense for St. Thomas, this may be their best defense in years. Shotgun for Jacobson, low snap, picks it up off the ground. He's going to roll to the left. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40, and they're going to be forced out of bounds at about the 37-yard line. Running him out of bounds that time was Matthew Hernandez.
Yeah, Matthew Hernandez seems to be all over the place here for the Buttons at the moment.
A lot of speed out of his safety position. He was spying Jacobson right there, although Jacobson, again, terrific run on first down. Clock stop with 4:03 remaining in the first half. 24-3, St. Thomas with the lead and the football, trying to salt it away here. 1st and 10 at the Button 37-yard line. Bunch formation to the right. Shotgun snap. Jacobson rolling right. Looking. Penalty flag. Throwing deep down the field. Down the sideline. Incomplete. Intended for Nate Tidwell. Penalty flag.
Yep. Penalty flag in the backfield.
Yeah,
holding.
Right around the line of scrimmage. We're going to wait and see what it is. Probably holding or illegal lineman downfield, although the St. Thomas offensive linemen are trying to say it's on Central. We'll wait and see. Holding against the Eagles. So that's going to be 10 yards back from the 37 to the 47.
So we'll repeat it 15 yards back to the Eagles.
Jacobson's doing a great job with his faking handing off, and then he takes off going on the right side. He's gone around the right side a couple times. He just went around the left side on the last play a few moments ago. But he's got some serious speed and can run. Jacobson's already rushed for 80 yards on the season before tonight's game.
Yeah. And he's getting in more tonight, no doubt about it. Tight ends to either side. Wide receivers are off the line of scrimmage and split. Shotgun for Jacobson with a running back to his right. Under pressure, stepping up, throwing over the middle of the field, and overthrowing his intended receiver at about the 20-yard line, intended for the big tight end. That is number 81, Ben Creech, the sophomore. There was a late blitz that nearly got to him, so he had to throw it a little early.
Hayden Gill came straight up the middle, a linebacker. Nobody blocked him, was right in front of Jacobson's face, and just had to throw the ball as quickly as he could.
2nd down and 20, St. Thomas at the Button 47. They're on the right hash, going from right to left. 2 wide receivers now split wide to the left. Wing back to the right, tight end to the right. Shotgun, low snap, handoff up the middle, and that's going to be now cutting back to the right side, inside the 45, down to about the 40, and Miles Stewart going to be stacked up at around the 41 officially, so a gain of about 6, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long.
Stewart was stopped at the 45, but he kept his legs going and just kept turning and got himself a 4 more yard gain down to the 41-yard line. Nice run there by Stewart.
Yep. Going to pick up 6. Play clock down to 20, game clock to 3:19, and they're going down. St. Thomas now going to the line of scrimmage. 2 wide receivers wide left. Tight end and wing back to the right. Shotgun for Jacobson with Stewart behind him. Takes the snap. Jacobson steps up, and he now is going to be caught in the backfield and sacked. Back at the 47.
Number 23, Hayden Gill had him. He let go of him for some reason. And then Jacobson kept on running. And then Bradley Jones was able to finish him off. The sophomore defensive lineman made it stop for the Buttons there on the Eagles.
Yeah, Bradley Jones finished him off. They're going to mark it down officially at the 46, so it was a loss of 5. And it's going to be 4th down in a punting situation. Timeout for the Buttons with 2:33 remaining. We will be back right after this quick message.
Life happens. Maybe a work trip, a family event, or you just want to watch the game at home. Don't let the tickets go to waste. With Quick Assist, your seat gets listed for sale on every major marketplace simultaneously. No more juggling apps or stressing over resale. We make it fast and hassle-free, so you save time and put money back in your pocket. From pro to college, Quick Assist has you covered. Download the Quick Assist app by scanning the QR code on our Legacy Sports Network website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here on the Legacy Sports Network. 2:33 remaining in the second quarter. Fourth down and 19 for St. Thomas at the Central Catholic Button 46. Reyes Campos back deep. And also Jason Sapp. And now we have a punting situation with Jay Marcantel. Wide receivers split, wing backs to either side, and one up man is Stewart. Good snap for Marcantel. High end over end kick that is going to be caught, fair caught, at about the 13-yard line by Sapp.
Number 7.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 Buttons with 2:26 remaining.
That was a great hang time there by Marcantel. That was a great punt.
Yeah. They're going to mark it officially at the 13, no, the 12. The 12, and it's going to be Button 1st and 10 at the 12.
Button's trying to do something here before the end of the half.
3 down linemen, 4 backers, 2 deep safeties. Throwing out here to the near side, knocked away at about the 15-yard line. Reyes was the intended receiver, and Logan DeBose was all over him. He nearly stepped in front of that and would have taken it to the house.
I'm not understanding the Catholics' offense here at the moment. They keep going to the right side, and Uma has moved over to the left side. He's right in their face every time on these plays.
Shotgun for Soto. Right running back is to his right. Pump fake. Soto steps up. There's a penalty flag. Throws over the middle of the field. Overthrows his intended receiver up at the 50-yard line. That receiver, I believe, was Reyes, but he was double teamed, and there was no way he was going to make that catch. There is a penalty in the backfield, though.
Yeah, it's holding, and it's not surprising. They had 2 guys on Uma, and he was right there coming in, and they decided to hold him instead of getting his quarterback sacked in the backfield there.
Yeah, that was Reyes was the intended receiver. St. Thomas declines it, so it's going to be 3rd and 10 at the 12.
3rd and 10 for the Buttons at their own 12-yard line.
They're on the.
I guess they're at the 13. The first down marker is at about the 23-yard line over there on the far sideline by St. Thomas. 2 receivers right. Throwing out of the backfield and incomplete, trying the wheel route to carry on, and there was one man with him and another man back in a zone, and literally if that had been in the field of play, DeBose picks it off.
Boy, that drive only took 16 seconds off the clock. It's going to give the Eagles an opportunity to add to the points here before the end of the half, kicking in their end zone here at the moment.
Jackson Saunders was all over carry on, and DeBose had dropped back into zone. So literally Soto was throwing to an area with 2 Eagles and 1 Button, and it was not a good throw. It was so bad it went out of bounds. It saved him from a potential pick. Now again, the punter, Taboada, and now a penalty flag as the Buttons had a man running onto the field late, but they're going to call a timeout. 2:07 remaining. They had to burn a timeout despite the clock not running. Back deep, Webb Lewis and Alex Granger.
That was Hayden Gill running out onto the field. They didn't have enough players, and then they called the timeout for it.
And now the rest of the St. Thomas special teamers are all going over to the sideline. And now Lewis and Granger are going to run over as well to talk to one of the assistant coaches. The other 9 are standing up right around the 25-yard line talking to some of their coaches. Now Granger and Lewis coming back out to near midfield. The 11-man Central Catholic Button team talking to their coaches on their sideline right around the 15.
So the Eagles still have 3 timeouts here. They're going to get the ball back, and the 2-minute warning is going to happen here as well. So they've got a great opportunity to add to the scoreboard from being up 24-3 here with 2:07 to play.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how long this play takes on the punt. If it takes longer than 7 seconds, they'll have the 2-minute warning then. Taboada standing back on his goal line. Shotgun snap, 3 up men in front of him. Good snap. St. Thomas, lots of pressure. High punt. Going to bounce short at the 40 and then be covered by Central Catholic with 1:59 remaining. So we're at the 2-minute warning. St. Thomas 1st and 10 at the Central Catholic 40-yard line on the Legacy Sports Network.
It took a lot of sacrifice to be able to own my own home, and I'm gonna keep working hard to maintain it. Like, fixing the roof and updating the AC, because my dream is to someday pass this house down to my kids.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
Ready to ring in the new year with a bang? Top Dog Fireworks is your place with a massive selection of amazing, high-flying, colorful, professional-looking fireworks. Top Dog Fireworks offers great buy one, get one free deals on select fireworks from multiple categories. Can't decide on exactly what you want? Their staff can help you set up the most unforgettable fireworks show. Visit TopDogFireworks.com to find directions to a location near you. And the best selection in Houston. Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here with 1:58 to go in the second quarter. St. Thomas 24, Central Catholic 3. Shotgun for Jacobson. Now they pass out of the backfield. That's going to be Granger down the right sideline, and he's going to be forced out of bounds inside the 30. And it's going to be a first down for the Eagles.
Nice play, open field, threw into the flat, just went right down the sidelines and easily moved the chains.
Yep, they're going to mark him out right at the 30, but they're still going to give him the first down. So Wells Granger III, kind of their wide receiver out of the backfield, really good at picking up the blitz too when he stays in to block. He is now in the game at the running back position. 5 men up on the line of scrimmage for Central Catholic. The defensive backs now, a couple of them back off. Granger, wow, he now rolling to the left is going to be Jacobson. He's at the 30, he's going to keep it himself, 25, and then go out of bounds right around the 20-yard line. Granger, right on that play, stepped up in the hole and got leveled, but he was able to spring the block that allowed Jacobson to run for 10.
That was Mark Luna who came straight up the middle. Good block in there, was able to make it so Jacobson could get out of the pocket and go and make some positive yardage on that play.
They're going to move it again, so back-to-back 10-yard runs on first down, and it's 1st and 10 St. Thomas at the 20. Only 1:43 left in the half, so only about 15 seconds gone on these two plays. Now the officials blow the whistle, and it looks like we may have a late substitution for St. Thomas. One guy runs off, one guy runs on.
That was Tidwell who came off.
Tidwell came off, and it looks like that's going to be Webb Lewis wide to the right now. They got Javon Waldron in the slot right. Shotgun for Jacobson with Granger, Wells Granger, the third behind him. Wing back right, one wide receiver to the left. Fake it now. Jacobson around the left side, 20, 15, and down inside the 15, out of bounds at about the 12. Jacobson on the roll to the left.
They even had a spy on him, but the spy wasn't able to get to him fast enough. That spy was Zach
Mehdi. M-E-H-D-I, yeah,
Mehdi.
Jack Mehdi.
Yep, he was a spy on it, but wasn't able to get to him quick enough.
So call it a gain of 8. It's going to be 2nd and 2 at the 12. 4 wides, 2 to either side. Shotgun with a running back behind him. Now they get Javon Waldron in motion into the backfield. Fake the handoff. Now give it up to Granger off right tackle. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and down to about the 3. Wells Granger, the third, picks up the first down. It's 1st and goal Eagles. 1:26 left in the half.
That's a good play there. Went over the right guard, took off, then did a little spin move and down to about the 3-yard line here.
So the play clock is going, and the game clock now at 1:14, but the Eagles 1st and goal at the 3. They are letting the clock roll at this point because they have timeouts, and the clock is their friend, and it looks like St. Thomas is going to use one of these timeouts as they're walking over to the sideline. And they call the timeout with 55 seconds remaining. We'll take one more with him on the Legacy Sports Network.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps back here. 55 seconds remaining in the second quarter. St. Thomas 24, Central Catholic 3. The Eagles with a 3-score lead trying to make it 28. First and goal at the Button 3-yard line. Following the nice run by Wells Granger III. Eagles are still over at the sideline. The Buttons defense is already out on the field. They're ready to go.
Can the Buttons stop them here on not score? If they could do this, this would be a huge momentum builder for the Buttons.
And now they ran the clock down 4 more seconds to 51. St. Thomas breaks the huddle up near the 25-yard line, and all 11 are running out.
Back on the field.
Marcantel wide left. Waldron and Stewart are in the backfield, shotgun formation. Ben Creech is to the right. Tidwell is wide right. Shotgun for Jacobson. Fakes the handoff, now rolls to the right, gives it to Waldron, and he's in the end zone. Javon Waldron from 3 yards out on the shovel pass.
Javon Waldron.
Javon Waldron has scored his third touchdown of the game.
Waldron's having a great night here tonight here in San Antonio. They made the nice 2.5-hour ride from Houston here tonight to San Antonio. And Waldron does not look tired from that bus ride.
No, he does not. So a little 3-yard shovel pass that time. And Michael Taylor is on to try the extra point. The senior kicks it high, kicks it true, and it is all Eagles all the time. 31-3 with 46 seconds left in the first half. And the Eagle flag carrier now running down the sideline near his football team is probably getting a little bit tired. So we're going to take a timeout on the Legacy Sports Network.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain that makes everyday activities a challenge? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we offer regenerative joint therapy designed to help you tap into this ability and live pain-free. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps back here at Central Catholic High School in San Antonio, Bob Benson Stadium. Bob Benson was class of 1966 here at Central Catholic. And this has been all Eagles, folks. 31-3. 3 touchdowns for Javon Waldron. Pierce Jacobson also has run one in. 3 rushing TDs, 1 little shovel pass right there for 3 yards where Jacobson could have walked it in himself. And a Michael Taylor field goal. High, short kick. It's going to be caught on a knee at the 13. And then the whistle's going to blow it dead. One of the up men, that was Joseph Carrion, the running back, backed up to make the catch as Taylor kind of really tried to get a lot of hang time and shorten the distance. But it's going to be 1st and 10, Buttons at their own 13 as Carrion had to go to a knee to catch that kickoff.
That last drive for the Eagles was 6 plays, 40 yards, only took a minute and 13 off the clock and gave the Buttons one more opportunity here with 44 seconds to go in the first half, down 31-3.
St. Thomas now 3 deep safeties standing back at about the 25, 3 down linemen, three backers, two corners playing bump and run, and they're going to shotgun it to Soto, who's going to go to a knee, and they're going to go to the locker room. The game clock is 1 second in front of the play clock. They do not have to snap it again. If St. Thomas does not call timeout or if Central Catholic does not call timeout, that was the last play of the half. Going to the knee, although Central is lining up over the ball. Again, game clock 20, play clock 21. So they do not have to snap it. And if you're Coach Glenn Mangold and the Central Catholic Button coaching staff at this point, you're inside your own 10. St. Thomas now, the linebackers are back at the 18, the safety's back at the 25-30, and they're running off the field. No play there to risk disaster. And our score at halftime, it has been virtually all St. Thomas Eagles as they lead the Central Catholic Buttons 31-3 here in San Antonio. We're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the first half. We're then going to have a look at what's going on around the state, and then we'll take a look at what these two schools need to do in the second half for St. Thomas to close out this game, for Central Catholic to try to come back and make a game of it. You are listening to St. Thomas Eagle football on the Legacy Sports Network.
DeRoche Partners, LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
Hello, this is Dr. Steve Hotze. Do you struggle with joint pain? Is your joint pain making your everyday activities a chore? You may have been told that surgery is your only option. God has given your body an amazing ability to heal itself. At the Hotze Health and Wellness Center, we can help your body tap into this ability, providing you with regenerative joint therapy so you can live pain-free. Call 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. Imagine living pain-free without the need for joint replacement surgery. Our team at the Hotze Health and Wellness Center can offer you a natural approach to resolving your joint pain using regenerative joint therapy that promotes healing. Call the Hotze Health and Wellness Center now at 281-698-8698 to schedule your free consultation. That's 281-698-8698. Say goodbye to joint pain and get your life back. 281-698-8698.
There are only two names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those two names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results. #WantToMove. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps, as the St. Thomas Band is performing out at the 50-yard line here for the first performance of the half. Jeff, St. Thomas, just for the most part, dominated this game. Central Catholic had the one great kickoff return that set them up at the 30. St. Thomas held them on downs. Then Central Catholic had the one drive that got inside the 5, but they were pushed back and settled for a 22-yard field goal. That was about it. The St. Thomas defense was fantastic tonight. The Eagles offense did enough on the ground. 3 rushing touchdowns and then the little 3-yard shovel touchdown reception by Waldron right before half, plus a 42-yard field goal by Taylor. They missed one extra point on a bad snap, later made a 2-point conversion. That pretty much sums it up. The Eagles' offense and defense has pretty much dominated most of this half.
The 4 linemen for the St. Thomas Eagles, this is my first time seeing them. Uma, the senior defensive lineman, Kempson, the junior defensive lineman, And Ingram, the other senior defensive lineman, they are just overpowering the offensive line of the Catholic Buttons tonight. Uma, who has moved from the right side to the left side in this game, is causing all sorts of havoc on the offensive line. They can't figure out where he's lining up, and they seem to keep dropping back with Soto. He keeps dropping back and rolling right into wherever Uma is. They got to try to figure out where he is in this game. Soto, though, he's trying to make some plays. The only guy that's really caught the ball in this game for the Buttons has been Carry On, running the ball there on that last drive that they had. He carried the ball for the 6 plays in that drive, and then their main focus on the wide receiver is Antonio Guevara. If he can catch a ball with 2 hands, he's doing a really good job. They're just throwing the ball up in the air to him to catch it. But I tell you what, the St. Thomas Eagles offense with Jacobson, he's got this great play fake where he fakes handing off to Waldron, just puts the ball along his right side, almost like how Aaron Rodgers does, holding the ball next to his leg, and just takes off running either around the right tackle or the left tackle, and is gaining some serious ground every time. But Waldron, 3 touchdowns on the game here so far tonight. Waldron looks just fantastic, who came into this game with 121 yards rushing on 15.1 carries, but 3 touchdowns in this game so far. The Central Catholic Buttons have no way to stop Waldron or Jacobson at the moment in this game.
It has been really just a lot of Eagles. Again, they've had a couple of things they got to clean up with the special teams on that one play and the bad snap and the kickoff return, but Michael Taylor has put the ball out of the back of the end zone multiple times and then had the high kick that was caught but on a knee. And St. Thomas is just doing a lot of stuff right. They are not turning the ball over. With this kind of lead at this point in the second half, they just want to run the ball a lot and keep that clock going and just get out of San Antonio with a win over the Central Catholic Buttons, because right now the Buttons are going to need some kind of second half to get back in this without, again, St. Thomas turnovers, because their just offense is not moving the ball nearly well enough.
Yeah, you keep talking about that nice run back by the Central Catholic Buttons. That was the second time they had the ball in the game. They got all the way down to the 30, but the defense of the Eagles was able to stop them. They only gained 4 yards, and it was a turnover on downs on that play, so they weren't even able to do anything on it. That's where the defense of this Eagles is just outstanding here tonight.
Yeah. We are going to take a timeout. When we come back, we are going to look at around the state here on the Legacy Sports Network. Again, our score at halftime, if you're just joining us, St. Thomas 31, Central Catholic 3, the Eagles over the Buttons on the Legacy Sports Network.
What makes Longhorn steak so legendary? Some say it's our flavor-packed signature seasonings. Some say it's how we pair them with our juicy, tender steaks. And some just say, mmm. Hurry in tonight for Longhorn's legendary flavors. Our new limited-time blackened salmon with our smoky 18-ounce outlaw ribeye and our rich and savory Flo's filet. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
Life happens. Maybe a work trip, a family event, or you just want to watch the game at home. Don't let the tickets go to waste. With Quick Assist, your seat gets listed for sale on every major marketplace simultaneously. No more juggling apps or stressing over resale. We make it fast and hassle-free, so you save time and put money back in your pocket. From pro to college, Quick Assist has you covered. Download the Quick Assist app by scanning the QR code on our Legacy Sports Network website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
I have always dreamed of having one of those kitchens like on the cooking shows with white cabinets and marble countertops and double ovens. So at Thanksgiving, I don't have to play musical chairs with everyone's casserole dishes.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
Welcome back. It's Legacy Sports Network's Friday night Texas high school football coverage. My name is Anson Massey. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the Friday Night Lights. A lot of great games going on around the area, around the state. Now, this is what I call the massive bye week, so there are a lot of teams, if you're looking for scores and looking for games, if you're not finding them, well, they're off this week. And, of course, that means one thing, district play everywhere. Now, most of the greater Houston area has already been in district play. So anyway, let's get you caught up on what's going on elsewhere. I'm going to start with District 13 6A. Last night, Conroe Tigers got a huge win at Oak Ridge, 38-29. Now, that puts Conroe at 2-1. They've already had their bye week, and that drops Oak Ridge to 2-2. So both of those teams are neck and neck in the playoff race right now. So that game could come into play as a tiebreaker. I keep saying it every year that these early district games, don't dismiss them. They could come back to be a tiebreaker at the end of the season when we're starting to put those playoff brackets together. Rest of the schedule for 13-6A, New Caney is taking on Grand Oaks on the Legacy Sports Network. Also, Cleveland is taking on Caney Creek. And this is a battle for first place tonight. The Woodlands College Park is taking on Willis. Both teams undefeated at 3-0 coming into the week in district play. Now, I did this last night. I'll do it tonight. Let's look at District 14 because that is the by-district pairing, so we're going to start keeping up with them. Last night, Eisenhower defeated MacArthur 21-0. Tonight, Decaney is at Westfield, Spring is at Aldine Davis, and Aldine Nimitz is at Aldine. Now, the standings in that district, I'll get you caught up there, and this is up to date. Eisenhower is 1-1 after the game last night, and MacArthur drops to 0-2. Elsewhere, Aldine Davis is 1-0. Nimitz and Spring Decaney are also 1-0 along with Spring Westfield. Aldine 0-1, Spring 0-1, and now MacArthur sits at 0-2 coming into this week, and that includes last night's game. Now, some other districts that we cover, I'm going to skip down to District 23, and this is in the Pasadena area that we'd like to cover. And there it is. Sorry about that. My screen flickered on me. Hate when that happens. Shadow Creek defeated Pasadena Dobie last night 47-24, and then tonight you've got South Houston and Manville squaring off. Pearland and Pearland Dawson are going at it at Pearland Stadium. Pasadena Rayburn is at Alvin. District 23, Humble is at Channelview. Summer Creek is at Atascocita. Kingwood is at North Shore. That game going on tonight, and then C.E. King is taking on Goose Creek Memorial around the greater Houston area. Now, the schedule tonight, if you want to hop around for the second half tonight, you've got St. Thomas taking on San Antonio Central Catholic, and that is Paul Daly and Jeff Kemps with the game there. Of course, New Caney and Grand Oaks, Jeff and Randy. Coach Wiley, of course, had the call there. Don Jones II and Buddy Brooks are bringing you Dickinson and Clear Lake. Kingwood and North Shore, of course, the all-star crew of Rick Blunt and Carl Teese. South Houston and Manville is Evan Geiger and Kyle Harris. Then Shane Brown and Gentry Williams have Angleton and Pasadena tonight. All those are on the Legacy Sports Network. Of course, if you want to catch some scores later on, you can always log on to, I'll give you the link, Texas99.com, or you can get the KNS Texas 99 app. That's a radio station in the Fairfield area, my home station. I host a scoreboard show after our live game all the way till midnight. Feel free to click on there. I do cover the Houston area on that show, and I try to go as much statewide as I can, especially big games of interest. If you also want to learn football, learn the basics of football, this is mainly geared to you ladies that have been trying to keep up with the guys all these years. Well, you have an opportunity. It is a quick read, a good read, written by my really close friend, longtime and now retired sportscaster Andrew Pearl. First Down, A Woman's Guide to Football. It is the absolute basics. It's an ebook. All you have to do is go to firstdownfootballguide.com, make the purchase. It downloads straight to your device, and you can enjoy the read on the way to the game while you're sitting at the tailgate, learn the basics of football, be able to keep up with everybody if you're at the game or if you're watching on TV on a Saturday or Sunday. That's firstdownfootballguide.com. Introductory price going on this season to the end of the season for just $9.99. That is First Down, A Woman's Guide to Football, written by Andrew Pearl. Get it at firstdownfootballguide.com. We'll send it back to the guys for the second half of your game under the Friday Night Lights. My name is Anson Massey. Enjoy the football on the Legacy Sports Network at lsnsports.com.
Ready to ring in the new year with a bang? Top Dog Fireworks is your place with a massive selection of amazing, high-flying, colorful, professional-looking fireworks. Top Dog Fireworks offers great buy one, get one free deals on select fireworks from multiple categories. Can't decide on exactly what you want? Their staff can help you set up the most unforgettable fireworks show. Visit TopDogFireworks.com to find directions to a location near you. And the best selection in Houston, Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
DeRoche Partners LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you fed up with your doctor giving you drugs simply to mask your symptoms rather than treating the cause? As you age, I believe you should be brimming with energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center treats individuals from all over the country and world in an environment of extraordinary hospitality. We specialize in the treatment of allergies, yeast, replenishing natural hormones, vitamin and mineral supplementation, and a healthy eating lifestyle, all of which boost your immune system, increase your energy level, and your health span. If you'd like to obtain and maintain health and wellness naturally without pharmaceutical drugs, then contact one of our wellness consultants today at 281-698-8698 or visit hotzehwc.com and request a free copy of my best-selling book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness.
And the Central Catholic Band is now out on the field for their performance. Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here on the Legacy Sports Network. Our score at halftime, St. Thomas 31, Central Catholic 3. Jeff, just both teams now still in the locker rooms at halftime, and they are getting ready to come out on the second half. We see some of the St. Thomas coaches walking out already to go over to the opposite side of the field. First off, we will start with Glenn Mangold, the head coach of the Central Catholic Buttons. What do you tell your team at halftime? What do you try to do to make adjustments in the second half to get back into this game?
You definitely have to just go one play at a time right now. You got to try to gain yardage. Right now, they're not gaining hardly any yardage in this game on the defense of the St. Thomas Eagle team. So you got to just go one play at a time, try to get 10 yards, keep moving the chains, work down the field. Got to figure out how to block these defensive linemen of the St. Thomas Eagle team. That's what they've got to do. They just got to go one drive at a time, take their time, and work down the field to try to put some more points on the board than 3 points.
Yeah, you look at it, obviously they probably could attempt to maybe double team Ume, but if you do that, you're going to leave maybe Ryland Kempson one-on-one, and he had a kind of quieter first half, but he has had games this year when, especially the Kincaid game, even though St. Thomas lost that game, but when they were double teaming Ume a lot, and he was making a lot of plays. So if you're Central Catholic, you're going to have to find a way to somehow double team Ume and continue to have success one-on-one blocking the other defensive linemen and linebackers, and that has not been easy for the Buttons tonight. If you are Coach Ray Davis and the St. Thomas Eagles, what do you tell your team at halftime? What do you want to see? How do you want to see them play and come out here in the second half?
I think you just keep doing what they're doing. I mean, they're doing a good job. Just keep working on their offense. I mean, even though you're leading 31-3, you can still work on your team playing in the game. Keep working with your offense with Jacobson passing the ball. He's been a little, not all the passes have been very good. He's floated quite a few passes here in this game tonight. So, just keep working on it. I mean, Waldron's still going to get the ball running, and so is Stewart as well. But I think Jacobson still needs to work a little bit on his passing game here in the second half. His first half passing wasn't as good as he probably wish it would have been. I mean, the guy's thrown for 712 yards on the season before tonight's game, but his balls have floated tonight. So I think, just work on your mechanics in the second half for the St. Thomas Eagles and just keep this game going. One more thing I just want to add on the St. Thomas Eagles. I think he's underrated is Evan Ingram, the nose tackle. He's a big man down there, and he's taking multiple players, and because of it, that's how Uma is getting to the quarterback quickly. So I think Ingram is a huge part of success of the St. Thomas Eagle defensive line.
Yeah, when they've gone to the four-man front, which they frequently switch out from the 3-4 to the 4-3, they add Ingram and then usually take out Max Moore or sometimes multiple linebackers, and they bring in Vontrell Benton, who's the junior reserve linebacker, and he'll come in and play the middle, and then you'll have McCarthy and you'll have Quinlan on the outsides. And McQueen Clayton has done a pretty good job, but you're right. It does seem like when Ingram has gotten in there today that he has been blowing a lot of offensive linemen up and just really doing a good job just kind of moving the pocket backwards and not allowing even the running game or the passing game to get going. So he does deserve some credit, no doubt about it. We are going to take a timeout. Both teams are now back out on the field getting ready to run through their respective banner for St. Thomas. Eagle Fight Never Dies, STH. And then the tunnel with the snake's head there, the Central Catholic Buttons, the rattlesnake, for Central Catholic that they're getting ready to run through as well. Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here as the Central Catholic band now exits stage left, and we are getting ready for the start of the second half on the Legacy Sports Network.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
What makes Longhorn steak so legendary? Some say it's our flavor-packed signature seasonings. Some say it's how we pair them with our juicy, tender steaks. And some just say, mmm. Hurry in tonight for Longhorn's legendary flavors. Our new limited-time blackened salmon with our smoky 18-ounce outlaw ribeye and our rich and savory Flo's filet. That's how steak is done. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
We've got the power to make things right. Mr. Electric will show you the light.
Looking for electrical help you can count on? Switch to Mr. Electric. We have some of the best trained electricians in the business, and they're ready to help you with any project, big or small. Best of all, with Mr. Electric, our work is 100% guaranteed. That's why so many people trust Mr. Electric.
We've got the power to make things better. Mr. Electric.
When life gets in the way, a work trip, family plans, or even bad weather, don't let your tickets go to waste. Quick Assist makes it simple. Your seats are listed on every major marketplace at the same time, saving you the hassle and putting money back in your pocket. Whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, or NCAA, we've got you covered. Download the app today by scanning the QR code on our website. Quick Assist, your ticket everywhere.
It took a lot of sacrifice to be able to own my own home, and I'm going to keep working hard to maintain it, like, fixing a roof and updating the AC, because my dream is to someday pass this house down to my kids.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
And the Eagles have run through their banner, and they're over on the far sideline. The Buttons have run through their tunnel, and they are now here on the near sideline, the east sideline for the Buttons, the west sideline for St. Thomas. Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here. We're getting ready for the start of the second half. The officials are back out on the field. The St. Thomas coaches staff, there's Coach Ray Davis, standing out right around the 45-yard line on the north side of the stadium. They are now moving the tunnel back out from just beyond the south end zone. The St. Thomas Eagle Guard are going over there trying to wrap up their banner as well. Trying to see if I see Tom Eagle out here tonight. There's the cheerleaders are over there off to our left on the far side of the field. I do not see Tom Eagle. I'm looking. St. Thomas going to be receiving the kickoff. Kicking off is number 37, Carlo Taboada.
Pleasant evening here on Friday Night Lights. 81 degrees here in San Antonio tonight at 8:39 p.m. local time.
Yeah, the weather actually is pretty nice, all things considered. I know it's the first Friday in October 3rd. Taboada from the 40, high end over end kick. Going to be a short kick taken at the 15-yard line. Going up the middle of the field and now cutting back to the left and going down at the 33-yard line is going to be Luke Garcia on the return. He's going to get about 18 yards, and St. Thomas will have very solid field position to start the second half.
Nice tackle there by Michael Munoz. He's done a few tackles here on these kickoffs here in this game.
Yeah.
Getting in position to be able to bring the player down.
Pretty good open field tackle there on Garcia. St. Thomas now back in the shotgun. Wing back to the right is Wilson. Two wide receivers to the right, one to the left. That is Marcantel. Now Wilson in motion to the left, now back to the right. Shotgun Jacobson. Four-man defensive front, fakes the handoff, throws out to Marcantel here to the near side. He makes the reception and then is thrown out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. Jacobson on the 10-yard reception, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles.
That was a great pass there by Jacobson. Just like what I was talking about. He needs to set his feet, step up forward, and throw. And that was a fastball that he threw right there for a first down for them.
Yeah, Marcantel, I should say, on the reception from Jacobson. Jacobson also one of the basketball players for St. Thomas coach Jerome Lorenz last year on varsity as a sophomore, expected to be one of their key contributors this season as well. Tight end and wing back to the left, two wide receivers left. Marcantel in the slot, Tidwell down, throw to Marcantel, and he drops it up near the 48-yard line, incomplete, in the hands, but Marcantel not able to pull it in.
Again, that was a great pass. He stepped back, set his position, put his left foot forward, threw a nice pass, but just not able to bring it into his hands.
Jacobson, again, just a junior. This is only, it was fifth start this year. He had, I think, 3 or 4 last year, so he's still really kind of new at the position. Two wide receivers, short side left, blitz up the middle, and now running off the left tackle is going to be Stewart. He gets past the 45 to about the 46 for a gain of about 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
That's Hayden Gill again coming from the defensive or linebacker position straight up the middle. Nobody's blocking him or even noticing him come. Good job there by Jacobson getting that ball off quick enough to get a few yards on that play.
3-yard gain for Miles Stewart, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. Again, they need the Button 48 for a first down. They are at the Eagle 46. Shotgun Jacobson running back to his right. Trips receivers to the right, setting up a screen to Stewart. He caught it. He's at midfield, going down the left sideline, and he's bounced out of bounds at about the 45. So Miles Stewart on 3rd and 7 picks up 9, and it's 1st and 10 Eagles.
Nice play. It was really good. A couple linemen coming in there in front of Jacobson there. Bradley Jones was able to try to jump in the air, but not able to get it. Stewart with a nice screen pass there, going off to the left side, down the sidelines.
Center Diambra, guard Italo Mendez, and tackle Alexander Pompoulos, all paving the way there, kind of screening off that left side for the first down for Stewart. Tight end wing back to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Now 1 man in motion is Tidwell. Handoff up the middle. Stewart hit in the hole and then fights forward down to about the 41. So Stewart picks up maybe 2, maybe 3, 4, 3. They're going to mark him down at the 42, 41, 41 and a half. So officially a gain of 4, but a short 4. 10:37 left to go here, 3rd quarter. St. Thomas 31, Central Catholic 3. If you're just joining us. A dominant first half with Javon Waldron running and receiving 3 touchdowns. 2 on the ground, 1 through the air. Man in motion. Shotgun, looking, throwing, and that's going to be caught by Marcantel in the slot to the right. Immediately turns upfield, has a first down, and is going to be tackled at the 31-yard line. So call it a gain of 10. 1st and 10 Eagles.
Good job by there. Jacob Munoz of the Central Catholic Buttons able to tackle him, because if he did not, he was going to go all the way in for a touchdown.
They're actually going to mark it at the 32, so the Eagles right there. 2nd down and a long 6, and they pick up 8. We're under 10 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. St. Thomas leading by 4 touchdowns. Shotgun for Jacobson. Stewart behind him. Marcantel now in motion. Low snap. Handoff, fake to Stewart. Now Jacobson around the right side. Going to dive forward with a pretty good wide receiver block by Tidwell on the right side. He gets inside the 30 down to about the 27-yard line for Pierce Jacobson on the carry.
Salvador Romero able to come off the block of Tidwell to make the tackle there on Jacobson.
Still got about 6, though. Tidwell did just enough to keep him occupied for long enough to get a pretty good gain.
Let's go, buddies.
The tight end to the left is sophomore Ben Creech.
Come on, Central.
Now their tight end to the right is R.J. Wilson. Marcantel in motion. Low snap. They're going to option to the left side, and Stewart is going to hit the corner at the 25 and then be forced out of bounds just inside the 25 at about the 23. Going to be a yard shy of the first down.
That's a good play by Jacobson. The snap was low. He had to pick it up off the ground and then was able to pitch it off quickly there to Stewart on the left side. Got a nice little gain there for him.
So 3rd and 1 St. Thomas at the Central Catholic Button 23-yard line.
3rd down and 1.
Marcantel now, bunch formation left, along with a tight end. Shotgun, handoff, up the middle, Stewart into the secondary, inside the 10, and is going to be dragged down at about the 6-yard line. Miles Stewart for 16 yards up the middle.
Boy, he broke a tackle there at the 10 by Jake Hernandez and almost took it all the way into the end zone, but down at the 7-yard line. Nice run right up the middle, following his offensive line, his center and guard there.
1st and goal, Eagles at the Button 7-yard line on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. 2 tight ends to the right, Tidwell to the right in a bunch formation. Shotgun, handoff, Stewart up the middle, inside the 5, and dives down to about the 3. Miles Stewart picks up about 4, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Nice stop there by Zach Meddy, able to stop him from scoring the touchdown there. They're definitely working the clock. They've had this ball the entire first quarter, already over 4 minutes with this drive.
The ball is right on the line that you put the ball on for the extra points. 2nd and goal. Stewart in the backfield with Jacobson. Again, bunch formation, tight right. Handoff, fake it to Stewart. give it to Stewart, and he's going to be stood up at about the 2. Jacobson probably should have kept that one on the option because he would have been wide open running around the right corner.
Well, that was Salvador Romero, again, of the Catholic Buttons, able to get him at his legs and was able to hold his legs, and then he had other guys that came and were able to tackle him to stop him, so they only got down to the 2.
Yeah, gain of about a yard, and it's going to be 3rd and goal at the 2. Again, we are about 5 minutes into this drive as we are at the 7-minute mark right now.
This is the 11th play of this drive from the 12-minute mark, under 7 minutes to go.
Jacobson under center. Takes the snap, can't handle it, has to fall on it. Did Central Catholic recover? Yes, they did. You don't go under center very often if you're St. Thomas, and that may be the reason why, is he is not used to it. He went under center, took the snap, and there was a miscommunication. Don't know if it's on the center, Deambra, or don't know if it's on Jacobson, but at least one of them, and maybe both of them, had a bad snap.
This is my 13th game I've watched already in 2025. I've only seen one team go under center. Every time they go under center, this is what happens.
Yep.
There's an issue with the snap from the center to the quarterback.
All right, 1st and 10, Central Catholic at their own 1-yard line. They are now in a bunch formation to do like a quarterback sneak with wide receivers split out to either side. And going right up the middle is going to be Soto, and he may get out to about the 4, maybe the 5. A gain of about 3 to the 5-yard line.
That was actually a pretty good play there. Moved out of the goal line.
3-man defensive front for St. Thomas.
Uma on the left side here of the line of scrimmage.
Connor Johnson and Vontrell Benton now in the middle of the field at the inside linebacker positions. Quinlan is at one of the outside positions, and so is Dayton Dix. So different linebacking core. Only Quinlan's a starter. Shotgun, handoff, carry on, up the middle, past the 5, and he's going to get to about the 7. And St. Thomas stands him up there. Coming in to make the play that time was Jackson Saunders.
They brought a new quarterback in here, though. Number 12 is in there, Matthew McLean.
McLennan, yeah.
Yeah, he's the new quarterback in the game. I was watching him throw there at halftime. Not sure if he was going to be the quarterback, and he's in the game now.
Yep. Carry on is in the backfield with him. So big 3rd down. They want to get a 1st down to prevent having to give a punt right back to St. Thomas here. 3rd and about 5, a long 5. 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Shotgun McLennan throws left, going to be caught up near the 10. That may be very close to a 1st down. They're going to say right at the 12. Reception that time, Central Catholic, and that's going to be enough for a 1st down.
That's a great pass there. Throw to his main guy, Guevara, on the left side.
Yeah.
Nice step forward, threw a fastball, a nice catch, 1st down for the Buttons.
Yeah. Shotgun for McLennan. Steps up, center of the field, now rolling left, under some pressure, going to try to hit the corner and going to be forced out of bounds. He was chased that time by Kempson for St. Thomas and Benton.
And the Buttons have put 2 guys on Uma there on the left side, and he actually had time in the pocket there, which was pretty impressive to watch. He had guys down the field. He just couldn't get the ball out fast enough to throw down the field.
4:53 remaining in the 3rd quarter. St. Thomas 31, Central Catholic 3. Shotgun McLennan. Carry on to his right. Now he's rolling to the right, stepping up, goes back to the left, has an empty field, and then he is going to be swallowed up and tackled. Coming in to make a really nice play that time. Linebacker position, I believe that's either Saunders. Yeah, that is Saunders, number 30. Excellent job, Jackson Saunders, to make the open field tackle.
Well, they're rolling right again, right into Uma, and Uma just changes the entire direction of a play. I just do not understand why they keep rolling towards his direction. They got to see where he's at.
That's going to be a loss of 4, and it's going to be 3rd and long. And now, wow, there's a sack all the way back inside the 5. McLennan goes down. Ume is standing over him along with McQueen and along with Kempson, but Ume going to be credited with a sack, and it's going to be a 4th down and a punting situation.
And McQueen was at his legs as well, so they're going to probably split that sack in half, and what a what a bummer for the Buttons. They were trying to move on this drive, and then the St. Thomas Eagles were able to use their defense to stop them right there.
Yeah, McQueen and Ume shared a sack in a game earlier this year in a 19-18 victory over Montgomery Lake Creek in Week 2. So, yeah, that is not uncommon to see both those guys converge on the quarterback. High, short punt that's going to bounce at the 30 and then be picked up by Lewis, and he's going to run around to the left side and get inside the 30 down to about the 29-yard line. Webb Lewis there, kind of a dangerous return, but holds on to the football and carries a couple of tacklers forward for a gain of about 5. It bounced at the 30. He then caught it probably around the 34 and then ran around the left side and going to be down at the 29-yard line. So the Eagles offense is set up 1st and 10. Great field position here on their second drive. The first drive of the second half ended in a fumble at the 2. But it did eat up about 5 minutes of clock. Already 3:29 left in the third quarter as St. Thomas is really trying to salt this clock away. Tight ends to either side. Handoff, Stewart, right tackle, goes up the middle, cuts back to the left inside the 25, down to about the 24 for Miles Stewart. Gain of about 5.
And Isaiah Sahejo is the one who is able to stop him, playing both sides here. Normally our running back was able to stop Stewart and just ran him right over.
Again, double tight end, Creech to the left, Wilson to the right. 2 wide receivers split, shotgun for Jacobson with Stewart behind him. Stewart looks left, throws left, caught by Creech, goes down the sideline and then is hit and knocked out of bounds inside the 15. Making the touchdown-saving tackle was Matthew Hernandez.
Matthew Hernandez has been all over the place for the Buttons. That's a good pass, but I'm telling you what, Jacobson throwing off his back foot. He had plenty of time to step forward. He's got to step forward in this game to make better passes in this game so the players can catch it as well.
They're going to mark him out of bounds at the 13, 1st and 10. So Creech with his first reception of the night. Trips receivers to the right side. Fiegel is in along with Wilson to the right. Marcantel is to the left. Handoff, and that is going to be going right side for Stewart, and he is going to be hitting the hole. There is a penalty flag, and he's forced backwards back past the 15, and now there's a little bit of pushing and shoving and extracurricular. We're going to wait and see. One of the St. Thomas offensive linemen lost his helmet, and he's going to run off the field. That's number 52. That is James Santana, the starting right guard. So we're going to see what the penalty is right at the line of scrimmage at the 12. That is in the vicinity that usually is offensive holding, but no determination to this point. 2:41 remaining, third quarter. St. Thomas 31, Central Catholic 3. We're still waiting on the decision by the head referee. Personal foul. Hands to the face on the Buttons defense. So you're going to go from the 13 to about the 6.5 there. So 1st and goal, Eagles officially at the 7.
Just outside the 7.
2 minutes, 41 seconds remaining, third quarter. St. Thomas inside the red zone. 1st and goal at the 7. Shotgun for Jacobson with Stewart behind him. Double tight to the left. Stewart hands off left side. He is immediately grabbed from behind and dragged down. Nice play that time by Salvador Romero.
Salvador Romero grabbed his waist, but he was still dragging him though as well. Had to wait for number 8, Jake Hernandez, to come in and help him to bring him down.
Officially no gain on the play, 2nd and goal.
The ball is at the 7-yard line.
And we're under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 2nd and goal, Eagles. Creech and Wilson tight to the left. Shotgun, I formation. Man in motion now. Fake the handoff, give it up to Stewart. There's a scrum inside the 5, inside the 3, pushing him into the end zone. Touchdown, Miles Stewart from 7 yards out. Running out of there with the football is a Central Catholic Button, but they're going to say he crossed the line of scrimmage, and Miles Stewart punched it in with 1:40 remaining here in the third quarter.
We have a couple players down here in the end zone for both teams. laying right at the goal line. Stewart just plowed his way forward, and then everybody helped push him into the end zone.
And we're keeping a timeout by the officials. There is a St. Thomas and a Central Catholic player both down. The Central Catholic player is in the end zone. The St. Thomas player is standing at down at about the 1, maybe the 2. It looks like it could be just a cramp, as they have Chris Valdez, the trainer, stretching him out and now standing up and walking off under his own power with a little bit of a limp is junior tight end R.J. Wilson. Probably just cramps, even though it's October. And you're right, it's kind of a nicer night than what we've had in the last few weeks. Still very hot, still very humid. It's in the upper 80s now. But, again, this game was at 93, I think, or so when we kicked off at 7 o'clock. So, again, 7-yard touchdown run by Miles Stewart. And R.J. Wilson still walking off, and the Central Catholic button player, I did not catch a number. He's walked off as well, so hopefully just cramps for both of them. Michael Taylor set to kick the extra point out of the hold of William King. King is a senior reserve defensive back.
Let's go, buddies. Come on, Central.
Granger on the end to the right side. Creech on the end to the left. Good snap, good hold. Taylor, the senior, splits the uprights yet again. He has a field goal and now 4 extra points. So he scored 7 tonight. And the Eagles now lead by 35 points, 38-3 here on the Legacy Sports Network. A minute 40 remaining in the third quarter.
I have always dreamed of having one of those kitchens like on the cooking shows with white cabinets and marble countertops and double ovens. So at Thanksgiving, I don't have to play musical chairs with everyone's casserole dishes.
At Stellar Bank, we're all about making your dreams a reality. Whether you need a home improvement, a mortgage, or home equity loan, Stellar Bank's lending experts will help find the solution that's right for you. Visit stellar.bank/home to learn more. Stellar Bank. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender. NMLS number 451312.
Eagles will be kicking off to the buttons from right to left. Back deep for Central Catholic. That's going to be Jason Sapp and Camilo Campos Reyes. Campos Reyes here to the near side, the right side for the buttons, Sapp to the left. Taylor, high end over end kick that's going to go down to Campos Reyes and go to a knee right in front of the C on Central. And it's going to be 1st and 10 buttons at their own 25-yard line.
Boy, the St. Thomas Eagles have had the ball this entire first half except for 3 minutes and 15 seconds for the Central Catholic buttons. They have pretty much had the time of possession here in the third quarter with 1:40 left to go here, leading 38-3.
Yep. Again, we're 10 minutes and 20 seconds in, and they've had the ball for a little more than 7 of those 10 minutes. McLennan running around the right side. And he is going to keep it on the option, gain about 4 yards up to the 29-yard line. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and 6. So you're right. They've gone to Matthew McLennan, the senior, coming in to try to give the buttons a spark. Carry on is the tailback. Reyes Campos in the slot to the left. Trips left. 1 wide receiver to the right. That's Guevara. Juggling the snap and then handing it off to carry on is McLennan. He is going to hit at the 30 and then dive forward to about the 31. Maybe a gain all the way up to the 31.5, so call it a gain of 3, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3.5. They need the 35 for a 1st down.
So Uma is not in the game on this drive, I've noticed here.
Yep, Ume may be taking some of the time off.
Kempson now has moved to the left side where Uma has been all.
The new defensive end is senior Ari Jones. Throw over there to the left side. That's going to be caught up near a 1st down marker just shy of the 40 at about the 37. On the reception that time is Antonio Guevara, their leading receiver, 360 yards coming into this game, and we've called his name multiple times tonight. Yeah. He only played in 3 of their first 4 games, so he may have missed a game due to an injury, but he is a really good receiver. A little bit of size advantage, too. He's pretty tall, probably about 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he's had 6 touchdowns on the season already, too. So
yeah, if they can high point him, he has a chance to be very effective. Our score at the end of the third quarter, St. Thomas 38, Central Catholic 3, as it's been all Eagles all the time on the Legacy Sports Network.
Ready to ring in the new year with a bang? Top Dog Fireworks is your place with a massive selection of amazing, high-flying, colorful, professional-looking fireworks. Top Dog Fireworks offers great buy one, get one free deals on select fireworks from multiple categories. Can't decide on exactly what you want? Their staff can help you set up the most unforgettable fireworks show. Visit TopDogFireworks.com to find directions to a location near you. And the best selection in Houston, Top Dog Fireworks. Say it with a boom.
Start of the fourth quarter, it's been all Eagles for the most part, 38-3. A lot of reserves are now coming into the game. Evan Ingram is now in the game at nose tackle. Third down, shotgun, McLennan throws deep down the center of the field, high pointing it and then fighting forward. Is that an interception? Is it a tie ball game? Tied? Interception. St. Thomas picking it off. Wow, great interception that time by senior Luke Hubbard.
Luke Hubbard, he jumped up there with Guevara and just took it away from him, and interception. That was a good pass throw by him.
That was an excellent pass by McLennan. He and Guevara both high-pointed it and fought over it, and Hubbard grabbed it away from him, and it's the St. Thomas Eagles on offense back with the football. There's Coach Glenn Mangold and some of his assistants going out there trying to argue that should have been a tie ball, which the tie goes to the wide receiver.
Yeah, he took it away from him.
He took it away from him clearly, and it's going to be St. Thomas football 1st and 10 at their own 33. A bunch of reserves are now in offensively. Coming here to the near side is David Inkenderim, junior wide receiver, brand new to football.
Jacobson still in there, though.
Jacobson with Granger, Wells Granger III in the backfield. Fake it to Granger. Jacobson keeps it around the left side. Big hole. 35, 40, and you're going to go out of bounds right near the 40. Jacobson, big carry on first down to pick up about 7.
Faking off the handoff, Jake Hernandez out there on the defensive button. Gain of 6 on the play, 2nd down.
They're going to mark him just shy of the 40 at the 39, so a gain of 6. Jacobson and Granger in the backfield, shotgun, double tight end, 2 wide receivers to either side. Again, handoff, Granger breaking tackles, getting the first down, past the 45 to the 46-yard line. Wells Granger the third going to pick up 7.
And the tackle there, the touchdown saving tackle there was by Isaiah Sejo, the junior who plays running back and also playing on the defense here in the second half.
Yep. Timeout as we have an injured Button on the field. We're going to take it with them on the Legacy Sport Network. 11:37 to go in the fourth quarter. It is 38-3, all Eagles.
Forming, rolling, punching, cutting, welding. If you know what I'm talking about, you know it's the Walk-Up Company. The Walk-Up Company has become the leading metal fabricator in the Houston area because we can offer you something few others can match. Extensive fabrication experience, a highly seasoned and skilled workforce, high-tech equipment, and the stability you want in tough economic times. Family owned and operated for years, so you know we'll be here for the long run. And our commitment to quality work and customer satisfaction makes the Walk-Up Company the right choice for you. Visit us at walkupco.com. That's walkupco.com. The Walk-Up Company. Your imagination, our fabrication.
And getting up, walking off is number 21, Salvador Romero. Let's hope he's okay. Limping a little bit, but let's just hope it's a cramp. 1st and 10, St. Thomas at their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, let's hope Romero's okay. He's been a mainstay here in the second half.
Webb Lewis wide to the right, wing back right. Fiegel now on the left, and he goes in motion, and we have a penalty flag as someone may have moved a little bit early. Illegal procedure for St. Thomas. So a lot of new players in the game. Still got Jacobson, but you got a new running back in Luke Garcia. You got Eric Fiegel in at one of the wide receiver positions. Webb Lewis at the other. You also have Gabe Baba at one of the wide receivers. He's wide left. Fiegel in the slot left. Wing back to the right. Shotgun formation. Handoff Garcia. No, keeping it around the left side is Jacobson. He's back at the original line of scrimmage at the 50 and now inside Central Catholic territory where he goes down at the 49-yard line. Pierce Jacobson picks up about 10.
Central Catholic came with a blitz there with Zach Mendy coming up, but boy, a good play call there with Jacobson just holding it, going around the left side. He just went right past Zach Mendy as he came into the backfield there.
So 2nd down and 5 at the button 49. They need the 44 for a first down. Central Catholic, 4-man front, 3 linebackers back at the 45. Looking left, throwing left, caught up at the sideline near a first down marker, and that's going to be a reception that time for number 24, Gabe Baba, one of the reserve wide receivers, and it's enough for a first down.
That was a great pass there by Jacobson. Planted his back foot, threw with his left foot forward, and just threw a nice fastball right there to Gabe Baba.
Call it a gain of 6 to the 43, 1st and 10 Eagles. Now back in the game is in Kenderum, and he is going to be over here to the left side. They have trips receivers in a bunch formation, wide left, 1 wide right. Shotgun for Jacobson. Hands off to Garcia, going off the left tackle. He is inside the 45, down to about the 41-yard line. A gain of 2 for Luke Garcia, the junior reserve running back.
Luke Garcia just following his left guard and center, just going straight up the middle, and got a nice few-yard gain there for him. Give him 2nd down.
So Pierce Jacobson still getting some time here, but just about everybody else, all the skill players are all new, and all of the offensive linemen are new too. It's entirely new second-team offensive line at this point. And now the penalty flag comes out. Look at some of the offensive linemen get their names. Duncan Dibasland back out. He started a couple of games earlier this year when Deambra was hurt. Also out there, Tate Erb, a sophomore, has just been called up to the varsity roster.
There's a penalty called on that play.
Also out there, R.J. Hastings, Idolo Mendez, and Dominic Deambra is still out there. So you got 2 starters, Mendez and Deambra, at the center and left guard. Everybody else is pretty much new, though. R.J. Hastings now out there as well, the left tackle. 4 wides, 2 to either side. Shotgun and handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a very short gain for Garcia. May actually lose a yard after the penalty.
Stopped there by Michael Munoz there, able to stop him for a couple-yard loss there as well.
Yeah, they're going to mark him down at the 47, so this is going to bring up 3rd down and 13. They need, again, the 33 for a first down, so 3rd and 14.
We're working the clock here. 8:18 left to go here in the fourth quarter.
They are not in a hurry. Play clock is at 13. Garcia is the tailback. Jacobson takes the shotgun snap. Steps up, throws up to the middle of the field, now cuts back to the right. He's at the 40. Now he goes for the sideline, 35-30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Pierce Jacobson from 47 yards out.
Nice play there by Jacobson. Saw nothing in the backfield, went straight forward, and then had a guy there at about the 30-yard line, Bradley Jones. He made a move to the inside, and then went to the outside, took off running, and then all he had to run around from was Matthew Hernandez. Had to just outrun him, and he scores it from 47 yards out.
I did not get the number of that wide receiver down here on the right side at about the 25, but he made a nice block that allowed Jacobson to hit the corner, and he just outran everybody at that point. So a good downfield block by one of the reserve wide receivers. I did not get the number, unfortunately. Taylor on for the extra point. Splits the uprights yet again. And it's now 45-3 Eagles dominating the buttons here in San Antonio.
DeRoche Partners LLP, located in Houston and Dallas, offers a complete range of tax assurance and consulting services to a diverse portfolio of clients. Their team is dedicated to the highest ethics of our profession with a commitment to excellence. This is accomplished by putting an emphasis on providing superior professional services specifically tailored to meet the needs of our clients. DeRoche Partners aim to provide valuable insight, effective solutions, and maintain long-lasting business relationships. Their high recruiting standards and culture of excellence is uncommon and unrivaled. They want to wish all the student athletes good luck. Visit DeRoche Partners on the web at dpllp.cpa.
Paul Daly, Jeff Kemps here on the Legacy Sports Network. We got just under 8 minutes remaining, 7:52 in the fourth quarter, and it's all over but the final score, folks. 45-3, St. Thomas dominating this game, even with a lot of reserves in on that last drive. They only had the starting quarterback and 2 of the 5 starting offensive linemen, still able to run it down, and thanks to a big open field run by Pierce Jacobson, was able to take it in from 47 yards out and drive down the field.
Took 8 plays, 63 yards in 4 minutes with a nice touchdown of 47 yards.
Taylor with the kickoff from the 40, high end over end, that is going to literally bounce behind the end zone and go out of the end zone right on the tee in Catholic off to my right. So Michael Taylor, again, putting on a show here. If he's going to have an opportunity to be a kickoff specialist and a chance to be a kicker at the next level somewhere next year. Central Catholic now coming out of the sideline. McLennan still in at quarterback. Handoff up the middle, and that is going to go past the 25 to the 26. And that's going to be Mark Sanchez on the carry, number 6. Evan Ingram going to get credited with the tackle.
Evan Ingram, the only defensive lineman starter that's still in this game here.
Yeah.
All the other reserves are in the game for him at the moment.
Yeah, and even Ingram and McQueen Clayton switch time at the nose tackle. But yeah, Ingram's in at the nose. A couple different defensive ends. Completely different linebacking core. Lots of different people out there for St. Thomas. The safeties are Dean Thomas and Will King. There's a good run up the middle by Joseph Carrion. He's going to get a first down out past the 35 to about the 37. So Carrion now back in the game for the Buttons.
There's a good tackle there by Dean Thomas, the senior defensive back, 5'11", 170, able to stop him there at the 38-yard line.
McLennan and Carrion in the backfield. 2 receivers to either side, short side right, wide side left, going from right to left. They're on the hash mark. 3 down linemen. Fake it to Carrion, throw it here to the near side, and bounces it right in front of the intended receiver, that time Guevara. It was kind of in between Guevara and also another receiver, Charlie Madden, on the coverage for St. Thomas.
Threw from the far hash mark all the way to the near sidelines and just didn't have enough oomph on that pass to throw it.
Wingback right, wide receiver right, 2 wide receivers wide left. McLennan looks left, steps up, rolls left. Now a linebacker coming up for St. Thomas is going to chase him, and he's going to run out of bounds right around the 40-yard line, maybe the 41. He picked up about 3. Coming up to make the plays for St. Thomas that time, Connor Johnson and Grant Veach, a couple of junior reserve linebackers.
You know, he came out of the pocket, rolled, was trying to find a player way down the field, but Connor Johnson definitely changed that whole dynamics of that play and had to go out of bounds there on the near sidelines.
Yeah, Madden did a good job down the field, really blanketing Guevara where he was not open. That was clearly McLennan was looking for Guevara, and Madden, good job defensively. Near side hash, 2 wide receivers far side, 2 to the near. McLennan with time, now stepping up, throwing, going to have Guevara on a comeback route, caught, first down into St. Thomas territory, and he's going to be bounced out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. Guevara, a nice comebacker, and they're going to get a first down for the Buttons.
Nice to see. I mean, Guevara is still working hard, trying to gain yardage, even being down 45-3 here in the fourth quarter under 4 minutes to play.
4:06 left in the ball game.
Trips receivers to the wide side right. Guevara to the left, looking left, throwing left, a high arcing pass, and it is going to be incomplete up near the 15-yard line. Guevara and Madden were battling for it, coming over the top to help out Dean Thomas, but Guevara and Madden fought for it, and Madden knocked it away.
Boy, Guevara almost had that ball. It came down on the ground, and the ball kind of just bounced out of his arms and then incomplete.
With the score being over a 40-point difference in the second half, the clock has been running nonstop ever since the last touchdown. And now looking left, throwing left for Guevara, and it is going to be a penalty flag down at the 10-yard line on St. Thomas as Madden was again covering him. A lot of contact. Thomas coming over the top. The clock is now stopped on the penalty, which it's a 40-point game in the second half. In taps, they're supposed to run the clock at this point, but they stopped it after that penalty. And that's going to be a 15-yard pass interference penalty against St. Thomas. And it's going to be 1st and 10 Central Catholic at the Eagle 33-yard line. Three-man front for St. Thomas. And now stepping up, McClanahan rolling right, under a little bit pressure, throwing right, incomplete up near the sticks, or was that a catch?
Pass intended for Isaiah Villarreal.
It is caught by Isaiah Villarreal. They took a lot of time to make that call, but they're going to say he caught it right near the 27. Clock is rolling, under 3 minutes, 45-3 our score. St. Thomas leading, but Central trying to get a late touchdown.
11th play of the drive here.
McLennan, shotgun with Carey into his right, drops back 3 steps, looks left, rolls left, under pressure, throwing it, and he's going to overthrow it out of bounds. The intended receiver that time was probably the tight end, and that was Owen Dunn, but just not even close.
Connor Johnson coming in again, able to change the dynamics of that play right there for him and had to throw the ball out of bounds.
Game clock now under 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 3rd down and 4. McLennan and Carrion in the backfield. 4 wides, 2 to either side. Shotgun. Now under pressure, McLennan rolling left, gets out of one tackler, throws it for the end zone. Dropped in the back of the end zone. Guevara, it hit him in the numbers. Madden was back there, got his hand in his face at the last second, but Guevara probably wishes he had that one back.
Well, that was pretty good there by McLennan. He was able to get out of the backfield there. Jonathan Marsack, who we have not mentioned his name tonight since he came into the game, dove, almost got him, but
got his ankles, couldn't quite hold it. Yeah. 4th down and 3, shotgun.
Penalty flags.
McLennan, penalty flags everywhere. He throws it deep, it's incomplete. Offsides, St. Thomas. And so that's going to be a 1st down for the Buttons. The clock is now under 1:30. We're at 1:19, 1:18. 1st and 10, Central Catholic now. They are at the St. Thomas 16.
So the Buttons will have a 1st down.
21, excuse me. Shotgun for McLennan, looking left, throwing over the left side. A slant by Guevara, and it was thrown high and behind him. 2nd down. We're under a minute.
If he had hit him in the pocket, he could have probably gone into the end zone from the 10-yard line and scored. They're trying to just add some good tape for themselves to look at this coming week and add some points for next week's game.
2nd and 10 at the 21. Shotgun for McLennan. Looking left. Pumps. Throws back to the right side. And an incomplete pass up near the 1st down marker.
Pass intended for Isaiah Villarreal.
Isaiah Villarreal was the intended receiver. Again, pretty good coverage that time, St. Thomas. Back there on the coverage was Luke Hubbard.
This is going to be their 15th play of the drive.
Probably the final play of the game. Shotgun snap from McLennan. St. Thomas had guys running on and off the field. McLennan rolling left, throwing left, going to be caught up near the 6-yard line and then falling out of bounds. And the play clock, game clock is running, and it's stuck 0. Even the penalty, I don't know if they're going to finish it with the defensive penalty. St. Thomas may have had 12 guys on the field, but regardless, they're going to the handshake line. Final score, St. Thomas 45, Central Catholic 3. We are going to take one more quick timeout, and when we come back, we will have a wrap-up here from San Antonio. Final score, Eagles with the win, 45-3 over the Central Catholic Buttons.
Hello, I'm Dr. Steve Hotze. Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Are you fed up with your doctor giving you drugs simply to mask your symptoms rather than treating the cause? As you age, I believe you should be brimming with energy, vitality, and enthusiasm for life. The Hotze Health and Wellness Center treats individuals from all over the country and world in an environment of extraordinary hospitality. We specialize in the treatment of allergies, yeast, replenishing natural hormones, vitamin and mineral supplementation, and a healthy eating lifestyle, all of which boost your immune system, increase your energy level, and your health span. If you'd like to obtain and maintain health and wellness naturally without pharmaceutical drugs, then contact one of our wellness consultants today at 281-698-8698 or visit HotzeHWC.com and request a free copy of my best-selling book, Hormones, Health, and Happiness.
There are only 2 names to know when buying or selling commercial or residential real estate property. Kim Walt and Danette Watuski in Houston with RE/MAX Results are those 2 names. As part of RE/MAX Results, Kim Walt and Danette Watuski make your transaction smooth. RE/MAX Results. #WantToMove. Congratulates all local high school athletes. Their phone number is 713-777-SOLD.
Legacy Sports Network, now celebrating 18 years of broadcasting excellence. We are your home for local high school sports coverage. Expect excellent audio and video production. Whether you're listening at home or at the game, find us at lsnsports.com. Legacy Sports Network, building a legacy one game at a time.
And we are in the St. Thomas Athletic Booster Club post-game show. If you are considering a donation to St. Thomas, consider the Athletic Booster Club. For all you do for St. Thomas athletes, we appreciate what you do. Once again, final score, St. Thomas with the win. They improved to 4-1 on the season, 2-0 in TAPS district play with a 45-3 victory over the Central Catholic Buttons. They fall to 2-3 on the season with a 1-1 district mark. Next week, Central Catholic will head to the greater Houston area to take on Tomball Concordia Lutheran, and St. Thomas will host Austin Savio. Also coming up, 2 weeks in a row, St. Thomas will host games at Granger Stadium, Hotze Field. On the 17th, they will host the Antonian Apaches. Jeff Kemps, Paul Daly here, Legacy Sports Network. Jeff, your thoughts on this game? St. Thomas just dominated in virtually all facets of the game.
This was my first time seeing St. Thomas. I've heard all about St. Thomas, but I will definitely say their defensive line is fantastic.
Yep.
They're going to go a long way in the 2025 Texas high school football season because of their their defensive line. Those guys who we mentioned all night long, Uma, who's just amazing, Kempson, who's amazing, Evan Ingram, fantastic. We did not see much about McCarthy tonight. He got injured early in the game, but he wasn't really necessary. But I'll tell you what, their offense tonight, Jacobson, great game by Jacobson. He did it with his legs tonight running, and then having Javon Waldron running up the middle, him doing a great job. And Miles Stewart, who just keeps his legs running, pounding off blockers, whatnot. They've got a great offense with those 3 guys right there, Stewart, Jacobson, and Waldron. But their defense is going to definitely help the St. Thomas Eagles go far into the Texas high school football season.
There you go, Jeff Kemps and Paul Daly here on the Legacy Sports Network. We'd like to thank our executive producer, Gerald Sanchez, coordinating producer, Rebecca Torreales. Again, our final score, St. Thomas 45 and Central Catholic 3. Once again, I am Paul Daly saying goodnight for my broadcast partner, Jeff Kemps, from Robert Bob Benson Stadium on the campus of Central Catholic High School in San Antonio, Texas. We'll see you next week, everybody.